so bright.
Flashing screens where the legends played, showing a shadow. Now it fades. Banjos laugh, it echoes hollow. A graveyard of icons, no tomorrow. Once they roared, now they whisper. Golden memories lost in a flicker. Xbox killed, perfect dark. Buried the spark, left a mark. No conquer, no banjo, no Joanna too. It's just buzzing, making honey. It's true. They traded the fire for the hive's sweet sting, sold the soul for a golden ring. No mischief left, no daring flight, just worker bees in the corporate night. Dreams turned ash, a fading ember. The legends will always remember. Xbox killed, perfect dark. Buried the spark, left a mark. No conquer, no banjo, no Joanna, not too rares. Just buzzing, making honey. It's true. Xbox killed, perfect dark. Buried the spark, left a mark. No conquer, no banjo, no Joanna too rares. Just buzzing, making honey. It's true. Making honey.
Calling all grinders. Gaming. What's up, everybody? How you doing out there in Grindhouse land? How's everybody hanging around? Man, what a weekend. It's an extended weekend here in the United States, but it also is Thanksgiving to our Canadian grinders. Happy Thanksgiving, Canadian grinders! There you go. So yeah, it is a 3-day weekend. A lot of people were off today, so shout out to everybody. Horrible for ones that got to work, like me at work. But anyway, everybody having a good old time. Hit that like button. We're getting ready to grind. Woo-wee. It's one of those shows. That's why I had to start with my Grindhouse sirens, because it's one of those shows where things are all over the place, grinders. It is like every week we got an Xbox is dead, Xbox is doom and gloom, it's over, and then all of a sudden Sony flexing with the Cerniness coming around there with his beaming eyes, the Cerninator coming out, man. We had him on the Gaming Grindhouse. Who knows? We may have him back today. Special guest, Mark Cerny, may be in the studio today. Just letting you know, hit that like button. We may hear about Mark Cerniness coming around here, coming in. We may have him. I'm trying to get him. We're big right now. We're big paws, and we want to see if we get him in the studio here at the Gaming Grindhouse. So hopefully he'll be here. But it's been raining. It's a little tough to get him in the studio, but we'll see if we get him over here on that. But everybody, hit that like button as you come in here. We're gonna cook. We always cook every Monday night, but man, Monday's always the fire is ablazing. What's up, Dog Zone? Let's do our shout outs to the grinders. We got the VIPs over there, and let me tell you something. If you have a VIP, or I added something for the ultimate VIPs. I just added a new perk for the ultimate VIPs. That is the music, the DJs of the Grindhouse. Why not give the DJs, the ultimate grinders, make their own songs? So if you are ultimate grinder, I just put up the chat, and I will be putting the chat up again at the end of this, and that will be the chat where you send me your lyrics, your song thoughts. What do you want to create? And I will make a song for you and feature it here on the show and give you the shout out that's your song. And I'll share it with you. So that is your song. So as an ultimate grinder, the ultimate grinder tier will be able to create their own songs. I will make them for you. You give me your ideas, give me your lyrics, and I will make the magic of the Gaming Grindhouse happen. So that is a new perk for the ultimate grinders. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out, but I wanted to do something special for the ultimate grinders there because they are the DJs of the Gaming Grindhouse. And then VIPs, you could always upgrade to the ultimate grinders and get that. But your list names are over there. And VIPs, you got some songs. I gave it a song this morning, and the ultimate grinders got a song as well. So we are cooking with oil. What's up, Niku? Curse Kane, Ryan, Nick, Ephraim, what's up? Unleash the Grindhounds. That's right, Michael Murdy in the house. Yo, we've been streaming like crazy too. Nick, Ryan, Albert Gouchard, Leach. Hit that like button. Fruit Brizzle's here. What's up, Brizzle? How you doing? JC in the house. Maniola Zepmondo. Donald Cowie, what is up? He goes on to say, I hope the next gen, the Unity and Unreal. Listen, I hope the PS6 and Xbox Next can do it with quick development time. Yeah, we all hope that. I know. We all hope that. What's up, Truth Serum? The truth is in the house here. But yeah, I hope. What's up, Hideki? The whole slate Nishino. There he is. We got Sony in the house. There he is right there. What's up, Neil? How's everybody doing? So, hit that like button as you come on in here. Hit that hype button because we're going to be hyping. Don John Deshawn says, skip. He says, skip. Oh, man.
It's in the name. Yeah, it's the Xbox.
It's the box.
Where the box is in the name of our brand.
But before we get to the box, and the box is, because again, I'm not gonna hype up mega flops and Kudakors and Hudakors and Horrorcores. Listen, we need to see the games. They hyped up this generation, and Unreal Engine 5 still skips ass. They hyped up the 5080s. I got 5080. Things still skip around. So you know what? I just want to talk about the main thing when we get into the topic of what these next gen consoles are is the approach from both of them, because we are going in. One's going to the right and the other one's going to the left with a little bit of sprinkled in the middle. It is wild. The approach of next gen, I think, is going to be the craziest gen of them all. We think this gen was crazy. I think next gen will be crazy. And it's more of the approach. The tech is leaning into what the approach is. We'll talk about that. But to hype up how much more powerful this is, and we're not doing that here. It's about the games. All right, it's not about the horror cores or the CUDA cores. I don't care. I don't care about CUDAs and horrors and terrors. All them. We don't care about them. It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear about what they maybe could do. If people get excited, it seems like Mark Cerny, aka Dana Coffey, seemed excited. So swing. There we go. So we'll talk about him as we get into the next topic. But first, we got to talk about games, and grinders. We are starting in Broketober. That is right. Oh, Easy Zone already just predicted. He said, Zap Gaming says, there is no next-gen Xbox. Oh, man, humdinger right there. He just put a spoiler. Oh, man, that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. Oh, man. Oh, man. Basati is excited. So let's talk about, man. Let's talk about this. You've been playing here. Like, this is the thing. We do games, right? I stream games. We want to play with the grinders. Gaming grinds. This is no, like, let's talk about topics and then the channel goes off the air and nobody hears from the Grindhouse. The Grindhouse is a gaming community. We game. And I game. We boot up. I'm accepting friend requests. And we were rolling in the battlefield. Battlefield. Come and get your armor. Get your armor. That's right. We were rocking in the battlefield, man. The grinders. Listen, we weren't good, but we did our part. And let me show you one of our parts, a highlight of the gaming grindhouse, because I'm telling you right now, Battlefield 6 is incredible. Incredible. What's up, Cephalon Snow? How you doing? Listen, Battlefield 6 is incredible. I didn't even get into the custom maps yet. But let me tell you something. The game looks amazing. It plays amazing. It is smooth. I play balance mode on the Pro. Smooth as can be. It looks incredible. And the thing about Battlefield, it is not about running around and trying to get the most kills. It is about doing the objectives. It's about healing, spotting. Man, I was having a fun time just spotting people with my drone and just watching all my points light up as I'm lighting up people and watching me calling out people and they moving. I'm like, yep, they're coming around here. When a guy tried to flank, I had my drone follow him. And dude, that is the cool part of Battlefield. That is the cool part of Battlefield, is that it's not about just running around leveling up your guns. Like, you get your guns leveled up just by doing the objectives, capturing, healing, reviving, doing those things. That is the difference of Battlefield. So you don't need to be a sweat on a gun and run around and say, I got 30 kills. There are people that do that, and that's good for them. But there's also people that set traps up, like myself, who is setting bouncing betties or claymores right at the parts of Rush where they would try to defuse, and I would get like 4 kills. And it was glorious. And I was dying. I was laying there pointing at people, dying. Nobody revived me, but I was dying over there, and I was just watching my kills. Like, oh, I killed 4 of them because I dropped a claymore. But also, grinders, they're the vehicles in Battlefield. And this highlight was one of the Grindhouse classics. And why I want to show this highlight for the Battlefield is because it is exactly what they showed in the trailer. And you were like, is this real? Is this real? Like, is this happening? That seems scripted. Well, I'll tell you something. We did it right here, the game Grindhouse. What's up, Noelle? How you doing? Oh, that was a good mode. That's right. You know, the commander mode where you could just be like command your team. That was like an oval. That was cool. I remember that one. That was in 4. Yeah. Where you just like would just see the battlefield and you would kind of like pinpoint strategies and tell people where to go and stuff. Commander mode. That was pretty cool. I remember that. You could also call in airstrikes too, I think, as a commander. Like, you could level up and eventually call an airstrike, which I wish there's we want to see airstrikes. We'll see. I know there's a mortar attack and there's a that. But let's get into just watching this clip here from the Gaming Grindhouse, a classic from last night. We streamed it twice. We already got 10 hours into this game. Let's watch a Gaming Grindhouse classic, because guess what? I decided that I'm going to try the chopper. I was like, Grinders, who are we playing? We're in here with the Grindhouse. We're getting ready to play. I was like, let's get to the chopper. You, Asu, Thrifty, get to the chopper. And I was like, get to the chopper, and I get in there. This is a great opportunity to show you how I fly the helicopter. Watch this. So I got Isu, Thrifty, and Father of a Cape Bug. I'm just walking around. I'm like, oh, look, I'll get in the car. Like, no, I will get to the chopper. I'm going to do the helicopter.
Let me see.
Oh, shit.
Who
Here we
wants to
go,
die
Grinders.
with me? Let's go. Yep, you're dead. Let's go.
Everybody coming in is gonna die.
Here comes another
I'm
one.
gonna-
You could
hold on,
die
I'm
too.
gonna-
And Isu, you
So I
want
don't
to
know how to
die?
fly this
You can
thing.
come
Yeah,
in
I'm
and
in
die
here.
too. Everybody gonna ready to die.
Let's go
Here
to...
we. Oh, wait, who on? Wait, we got somebody else.
Let's go to D.
No man left behind. Get to the chopper. All right, let's go. We're all gonna.
Look at this.
Yo, there's another helicopter right there. Let's go get him. How do we move?
I don't know how to go
Helicopters
forward.
are hard to fly.
Well, that's
I
it.
have trouble with that.
Yo, there's one right here.
Here's
We're
the
gonna go
chopper
after
battle.
him.
Watch this.
Here we go.
Oh my
Shoot
God.
him. He's right ahead of us. Get him. Look at this. Repair.
Oh my God.
Yo, the helicopter fight of the ages. Get to the chopper. Go. Look at this. Look at this control.
I got him.
How do I move?
yeah.
Yo,
yeah,
we got him.
Look at that.
Yeah. That's right. Get to the chopper.
Look at that.
Big Black Hawk
Oh,
down
shit.
over
We're
here.
out of the friggin' thing. How do we go?
I don't know how to drive this thing down. I don't know how to go forward.
Yo, look at us.
But watch these stunt
You
moves.
can't
I was
kill
Vin
me.
Diesel. I was friggin' Vin Diesel
Yo,
in
we're
this.
losing people.
I'm going after him.
Why is everybody jumping out? We need gunmen.
Now I don't know how to go forward. I'm just hovering there.
C.
And now watch this move.
Oh shit! I'm
Oh, he
crashing.
got me.
Wait, I'm
Damn
going
it.
under the bridge. Watch out for the trees.
I don't play this game.
Yo.
Vin Diesel, baby.
I
Look
just
at
did
that
some
move.
fucking Vin Diesel right there. I just
See?
went under
Yeah,
the
Vin
bridge.
Diesel.
Okay, I'm spawned at B and I'm gonna take.
How do
B.
you move forward? That's up. That's altitude. How do we move forward?
See, I don't know how to drive this thing. But this is
What
fun,
else
though.
no.
is it?
I'm
Up
going
and down.
down.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Oh,
Took
sorry,
out some
guys.
trees.
Just a little. Watch it. Watch it. Oh my God, guys! Oh no, repair. That's our repair. Oh.
Yeah,
I
so
gotta
that was a
stop.
mess. But then there was a part where I actually get into the chopper. Yeah, that map was, I was trying to sniper rifle. I found like the DMR. I do like the DMR in that one. Let's get back to the streets of Brooklyn. Let's get back to the streets of Brooklyn right here. And let me show you the chopper part. Where's the streets of Brooklyn? I think it was still in that mode. I think because I jumped. Yeah, it was still in here. There's a part here where I jumped into the helicopter. I wanted to show this thing because it was absolutely crazy. I flew the chopper. But then there's a part where I get in the chopper. Is this the part? And we try to fight the guy. Yeah, this guy on the roof. All right.
We're going to
Wait. Watch this.
1.5 Street. This is not good.
No, come on. Where was it? It happened last night. I thought I got it on the stream.
It says my stream is. Hold on. I'm going. Oh, we're going backwards.
Oh, that was
shit, I'm
Thrifty in
going back in the
the thing. Yeah, that was Thrifty.
Thrifty behind you.
Thrifty, he didn't revive me
That
at
was
all.
insane. I want to see that again. Holy crap.
Yeah, this is the part right here. Watch this.
Oh,
Well, I spawned
Thrifty,
in the
behind
helicopter
you.
after Thrifty leaves me for dead.
Thrifty, I'm dying.
That's right, Light. Get to the
Holy
chopper.
shit, I'm right behind you. Yo, I took out Ho George.
Watch this.
I
This
told
is
you.
where I get in. I spawn in a chopper.
Where?
Don't I?
Yeah,
Where's the
Ho not
part?
getting away from me. Ho George.
Oh yeah,
I get E.
that was Ho George, man. Ho George. Yo, this is a little
Thrifty,
storyboard grind. This
So I can
games.
stand up and
Listen,
yo, I'm going after Ho George.
this guy killed me.
And Ho-
His
yo,
name is Ho George.
Killed by Ho George.
Ho George killed me.
God damn,
You
I
do
killed
not
by Ho
mess
George.
with the Grindhouse. There's his name, Ho
Somebody
George.
take out Ho George. And look, he has a hoe with him too. He's getting
Ho
healed.
George. Now watch what happens to Ho George.
Oh man, yo, I'm going after Ho George.
Watch this.
There he is.
Watch
Ho
this.
George.
Drop my mines.
No, you ho bitch. You die, Ho George.
I took out that Ho George. Ho
Take out
George
the Ho George.
went to the streets.
Look what I did to him. Now revive me so I can stand over.
Ho George
Ho
went to the
George.
streets.
I'm bleeding out, medic.
I'm not gonna be
Everybody
killed
walking
out by
over
Ho
me. Here we
George.
go, yo, Thrifty behind you.
Now watch this part.
Oh man, we're gonna. Yo, what's up? Oh, what the hell they get shot with? Oh, we're getting out of here.
Watch this part.
Oh,
Watch this. From the clip. Yo.
Holy! Yo, the whole building came down.
Yo,
Oh my God.
that was crazy. That's what I wanted to show.
Crap. Came down. Oh my.
Look how this helicopter comes down.
Oh,
Watch
shit, I'm
this,
in the
man.
chopper.
I jump out
Oh.
because we're just getting shot, right?
Yo,
I
this
jump
shit-
out of it. Watch
Yo,
how it
we're
hits the
getting outta
building.
here.
It puts a whole building into two of them. Watch.
Holy, yo, the whole building came down. Oh my God.
It was crazy.
Holy crap.
Yo. That's Battlefield, baby. I couldn't believe it because that's exactly what they showed in the thing where they showed the helicopter crashing into the building and creating like a hole, like a big hole in it. And that helicopter went down and did that. It was crazy. I didn't even do the campaign yet, though, so I can't review the campaign, talk about the campaign. But man, the multiplayer, it's fun. Like that's the thing. If you're about being sweats and you want to be 50-0. Maybe try deathmatch. Yeah, it isn't. But this game, this is right up my alley because you could do whatever you want. You could say, I'm going to heal. I'm going to spot people. Like, and then I decided to be like a recon. And that was here. I was dropping. We did such a good job. This is rush mode we're playing. We're playing rush here. And I was using my, see me, watch. I set up my C4 here. So I knew they were going to, look, and then I was like scanning. I was just doing a whole bunch of tracking stuff. But you can see, like, yeah, this was fun.
I think I gotta be actively driving this thing to tag people. Oh
so
shit!
I was showing how they were coming around the trying to flank and stuff. But dude, it's really fun. It's fun. Yeah, see, I saw the guy flanking there. But yeah, this was a recon drone, and I was flying the recon drone. No kill streak needed or anything like that. So, Grind, you hit me up, Jez7780X on PlayStation. Or any other system, we could crossplay is enabled, so we'll be cooking in this thing. But I'm telling you, having a blast, and then also going Yosuyote. It's like Yosuyote in the day, Battlefield 6 by night. That's it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But go watch the video. We did 2 streams of it. I'm going to be doing more because we could play I could play the community and hang out. And look who just blessed us with 5 VIPs. Shout out to Mr. Ron M in the house. Thank you so much, Ron M. Hit us with the VIPs in the house, giving the people the greatness. So if you did get a VIP, I did do a video last week for the VIP. Showed you some of my 3D prints, some of the tech that powers the gaming grindhouse. So check out that video if you just get a membership there. So we are cooking. And you got extra songs. Let me get my numbers. We gotta do the numbers. Gotta respect the numbers. And then, yeah, Tuesday at 5, we're gonna do another. I'll do a stream by your request. That's right. Vigilante by day, war colonel by night. No, hero by night. I was a hero. Not war criminal. Niku. I was a hero. I was saving the world. Yeah, around them to go. Who did he get? Actually, I didn't even say. I was too busy watching my highlight reel to see what he got. He got Johnny Blaze. He got Juice. Oh, he got the real Juice.
The buried treasure is.
He got Juice. Oh shit, we got Magic Mike 420. He got one Papa Kirk, and he got Robert Smith in the house. Welcome to the Gaming Grindhouse VIPs. Welcome to the flex. Yo, he being Oni today. The Kins today. Yo, my son. Yo, I'm telling you. The game is incredible, yo. And Ghost of Yote, I have not streamed it yet because a lot of people didn't want to, to see some of the story and stuff like that. But my God, that game. And like I said before, turn on the Miki mode, Mikey mode. I'm sorry, you're pronouncing it wrong, but it's MIIKE mode. It adds more mud and a lot of blood, and they gush and everything like that. Man, it's almost like it is almost like gratuitous type of effects, like Kill Bill, like things like that. So add that mode, man. It is fun. It is really fun in Ghost of Yote, and that game is just incredible. I love the whole. I tell you, I wish more games do the camping stuff, like where you camp and then people come to you, offer you locations on the map, talk about things, give you a mission. Upgrade your weapons, things like that. Yo, it is, or give you some resources or story elements. I think it's such a natural way of having things kind of introduced to you rather than you running into town and having to click on every NPC to get a story, get an element. The fact that stuff comes to you, I think is really an evolution in type of open world games. Like that's kind of what we need to see in more games, these open world games, this emergent type of you camp and then a stranger comes up to you and just talks about, hey, I saw a wolf den down over there. You should go check it out, and puts it on your map. And you don't have to go there if you don't want to. but it's such a really cool way of introducing missions and side missions, and it adds some urgency, but also not a necessity, but also something to do. And you're healing, you eat to get it really is a cool element where camping is just could be seen as a quick save or like a way to kind of just upgrade your stuff while you're at a camping site. But having the missions come to you and then the quick save, the way you could teleport across the map, and not teleport across the map, but like saves, like you just click a button and boom, it goes black, and then you're back at the screen right there, and you're in the location. No loading, no loading screen waiting for you to go to another side of the map, and the map is so detailed and so large. It's incredible that they're able to just load it in like that, and you just go anywhere. Like, it's faster than a quick save. Like, you're not sitting there going, oh, I got to level up my sword. Oh, I got to go all the way back to my home, which is like a different area. Man, you just click on your home, and it's like, boom, you're there. Flash, you're right there. And I'm like, holy crap. And then, so it doesn't discourage you from upgrading your weapons and stuff. So those are the two games I've been bouncing back. I also continued with Death Stranding 2, continuing doing my mission there because that game is incredible, and just continuing with that. And then I sprinkle in some Madden and NHL, and I had to play some Madden Giant. The Giants beat the Eagles. Let's go Giants. Let's go, baby. They beat the Eagles, so I had to be playing some Madden. And the Rangers are doing pretty damn good, even though they lost to the Islanders yesterday. But anyway, my New York teams are cooking. Hopefully the dot put an eagle right in the dot. He dotted down the eagle right from the friggin' the stage. I mean, I love it. It was greatness. Thursday was greatness. That's what it is. Thank you, Leech. It's Mike. It's M-I-I-K-E. Mikey mode. Mikey. What the hell's this? Yeah, and I have it on my I put it as a video. I think I did it as a video. Hold on. Where the hell's my thing? Where did my channel go? There it is. I put it as I just quickly uploaded it as a video. Here it is right here. The blood effect, you can hear it. Oh, it's crazy. And they just like gush and you get mud all over you.
Only raiders on the right! Hunt them down! Don't let a single raider escape to the Oni!
Look, there's splats of blood all over the place. And look at the blood effects. Like, you know, it almost reminds me of Last of Us. Like the way the blood splatters. And it's not just effect, but it actually goes on the rocks. It goes like this blood splatter here. Goes on the rocks. It goes on the ground. Like, see, look at that. It stays on the ground. Splats against the wall.
That's the last of the raiders. Regroup on me. The last.
It's so cool. And it gets all over the mud, and you can see all the mud kicks up. You can see all the mud kick. But yeah, turn on that. But yeah, Wolverine teaser. That's right.
Regroup on me.
But I'm telling you, man, I love that. I don't get, when I see, listen, when I see this is my pet peeve. This is my guilty pleasure. When I see this pick up, if I see a disarm, because I leveled up my person to knock out the weapons, right? So whenever I see that, whenever I see the sword to pick up, I like make a beeline to it, man. And I'm just like ready to throw it at somebody.
Don't let a single raider escape to the
Bam! Oh, it's so satisfying. There goes his hand. That was my strong hand.
That's the last of the raiders.
And this doesn't even do it justice, the way this thing's streamed. And I love just the dynamic part of them knocking the sword out of your hand as well. Like, and that you see that, like, and you just see the sword get thrown out of your hand and stuff like that. Like see this one of the attacks here. Like, if somebody does that to you and knocks your weapon out of your hand, you do karate, or you can switch to another weapon. And what's interesting is that when you're fighting and they knock a weapon out of your hand, you hear the other people yelling, "Keep her away from it! Keep her away from it!" Like, you know, so they they actually try to keep you away from you picking up your weapon on the disarming. So it is so cool. And what's so crazy is that, yet again, I don't want to say Grindhouse, but Grindhouse. I said, basically, how do you evolve the great combat of the first game? And I'm like, imagine if they knock the sword out of your hand, or you take the sword out of their hand and stuff like that. And imagine that was on it. I was like giddy as a school kid. I was like, what? That they added that to the game, when I was like, that's like the things that you look for. What? How can you make that first game? Ghost of Tsushima was so awesome. What could you do? And they did it. This game looks absolutely insane. You're constantly I'm so mad that X doesn't let you share the pictures. Like, I got to download to my phone. But man, they have done it. And what's crazy is that you look at this stuff and it's like they made the elements better. Now, yeah, people might like Jin and some of the elements of that story. It was a different type of story of fighting an assassin versus the honor of a samurai, and going between the two modes and type of like what you're going to be. Are you going to be stealth? She is just, I don't care. We're going. Give me all my swords. She's a one-person wrecking crew. And that's awesome for what this story is. Like, and that's what this story is. It's a hunter story. And it kind of reminds me of, man, oh man, I think the thing that would have put the creme de la creme on here was if they could have used the Nemesis system. I think that, and they have some sort of element in it that as you do more bounties, as you cause more ruckus, more things happen in the map. Like they set up traps, or they start saying things when you're about to fight them. So there is some sort of a Nemesis type system where the environment evolves as you start taking out the Yote, as you start taking out the Onis. I mean, and it is Kill Bill. Exactly, Don John. It's exactly Kill Bill. That's yeah. But like, they come after you, they set traps, they put your bounty goes up and things like that, and people come hunting for you. So there is an element of it, so which is cool, because that Nemesis system, I think, was ahead of its day, and it kind of fits into this, because that's kind of what that was as well. Was, yo, what's up, Merc? How you doing, man? But that was cool. I think you were hunting down the generals. And like, there was a hierarchy. You would take out the lower generals to get notoriety of the larger generals, and it was like a bigger battle. That's what this kind of reminds me of a Shadow of the Shadow of Mordor, in the sense of that kind of hierarchy. You take out the generals, you're hunting down the Oni, and each of them have their own little nuance, their own little cool thing, and it's so cool. Yes, you get your spirit back for taking the bounty that you do. So I do think that they have a little bit of that Nemesis system of what they could use, but that Nemesis system, I think, is such a cool idea. And if they had like an official AI, like, that's where I see like AI, that like, you want to get me, and I'm sure everybody here excited about AI. That's the kind of stuff. Like, tell me how the game learns from me and changes because of what I do. That's the kind of AI I want to see in games. And when we talk about next generation, when we hear about AI, I don't want to hear about AI making assets. I don't want to hear about AI like selling me ads. I don't want to hear about AI learning what I like and offering it to me in the store and to buy stuff, or customizing a battle pass. I don't want to hear the monetization of what AI is going to do for them to make money. I want to see how AI changes our experiences with games, and not by just making rocks, or, what AI will generate the trees in the background. Whatever. How does it benefit us? Games get made faster. Well, the game prices are going up. But imagine, like I said, an RPG, and I know I hyped up Kingdom Come 2. Kingdom Come in your face 2. Kingdom Come 2, where that basically, what you do, like, a lot of the AI was very smart in that thing, that they will remember the things that you're doing, how you said something, how you approach something, what you're wearing, how you look, if you're covered in mud, if you're covered in blood. People will have different options. They'll treat you different. That's why Kingdom Come 2 was so cool, which I got to get back to that game. But that was such an awesome revelation in that, like, it really impacted your experience. That's what I want to hear about that. So hopefully in the future, we hear about AI learning from what we do. Mod says the Nemesis system is overrated. Somebody should just challenge the law. Nintendo's begging to be sued with these gameplay mechanic gatekeeping. It was a cool idea. I like the Nemesis. I like the idea of the environment, or the AI reacting to what you're doing, because it makes it feel real. It makes it feel interesting. Yeah. So, but yeah, games, and Broketober continues. I still didn't get Silent Hill. I still never got, still getting Silent Hill F, which I'll be getting, soon. I'll be playing that as well. But there's so many freaking games going on. I still never got Borderlands 4. So it is what it is. And then Ninja Gaiden 4 comes out, which I'm going to play that. Black Ops, I don't know. I might just try to dabble in the campaign or something like that, but Battlefield is it. Like, Battlefield, it has everything. And I'm excited to try Portal, because once I kind of get like all of the Battlefield of Conquest and stuff like that, then I'll be able to, see what people are creating. Because right now it's new. But Portal is going to create those maps. I'm sure Call of Duty maps are already in there. I'm sure game modes that make it like Call of Duty. You could program AI, things like, there's a lot of crazy stuff in Portal, which I didn't even check out yet. So it's all right, Broketober. So see you in the games, grinders. So yeah, definitely. It's all, it's crazy. There's so much stuff coming on, and and we'll see. And then, as we're playing all that stuff, then we talk about what new stuff is coming out. Then the Keeleys come out. Hopefully that's not a snore fest. That's in early December. So we will see. But I know, Josh. I'm nervous about Ninja Gaiden also. It comes out in 5 days, and it's like, I guess we've seen everybody got review copies. I see a lot of people got their review copies for this is what's all been around. I've been seeing all around the streets of the, let's see, Boom's playing Outer Worlds 2. Thank you to Xbox. Xbox Era got Keeper. Thank you for the review code. Hope they gave him the Xbox version, because he was complaining that they don't get Xbox versions of games. Xbox Era got a review code. Danny Pina says he is getting Outer Worlds. Thank you for giving me Xbox for the review code. Thank you for the review code. Paris says he's playing Outer Worlds 2 from Obsidian. Thank you for the review code. Xbox. Stallion, the guy who just bought a PlayStation and getting the Platinums, he got an Xbox version of Outer Worlds 2, or a PC version, who knows, but he got a review code. And he also got a Keeper review code as well. So, yep. So the Xbox propaganda machine has been in full effect. Those who you assume have gotten review codes. So get ready. We know what's coming, grinders. We know what's coming.
The Xbox glaze and the glaze and Xbox Discord to spread PlayStation fun.
They're all coming. They're all coming. And then they're going to be all upset when none of those games go on anybody's Game of the Year lists. And they're going to be like, Xbox tax. Well, you know what's funny, grinders? With all these price increases, we don't hear about the Xbox tax anymore. Right? Have you heard about the Xbox tax anymore? Because now it actually really is a tax. Oh, shit, I'm here all night. I haven't heard anybody say it. Now they really did add an Xbox tax. They're like, you know what? It feels like this Xbox tax keeps trending all over the place. You know what? Let's charge them an Xbox tax. They keep saying there's this Xbox tax. You want to know what's a good idea? Let's put that tax on there. Now there is an Xbox tax. You're paying for it now. It's $30 now. I don't hear about the Xbox tax anymore. Funny, right? Isn't it funny? Oh, boo hoo hoo. Oh, let's cry for $1 trillion company. Let's give them a real tax, Phil said. Phil said, yo, let's give them a real tax. They keep talking about this Xbox tax because there's no Game of the Year nominees. Let's give them a real tax. I got a good one for them. He goes, here's $10 more for some horse shit. Yeah, I'm going to give you some, coupons to friggin' Chipotle. For $30 a month. Yo, I heard the next one, dude. The next one, Game Pass tax. That's right, Sayo. They gave him a freaking Game Pass tax. They gave him the whole green tax, man. Y'all, man. Yo, we'll get into that, Don John Sean, man. You guys gotta get ready. So and that's funny. The Xbox tax hasn't been anywhere to be seen. I don't know what's going on. They're very interesting. But before we talk about the Xbox tax and Xbox, Dana Carvey took out the streets. That's right, everybody. Dana Carvey and AMD. Who would have thought? Swing! That's basically what he did. Mark Cerny. Everybody, give me those laser eye Cerny emojis. The Cerny is here. The shelf tax. Best deal in game. So let's see. The Cerny with PlayStations in the background, the Ghost of Yote PlayStation, an AMD Ryzen card, Tifa and Aerith, and another PlayStation 5 Pro in the background. The Cerny is about to Cernynate. Dana Carvey, swing back in action. Let's hear what he has to say with this. Thank you. There they are. Now pull up a nice hot tea and get ready for the soft, soothing sounds of the Cerny. The man that could put you to sleep, but excite you at the same time. Oh, man. Phil.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back.
Seriously cool gaming tech with Sony. And I couldn't think of a better person to walk us through it than my good friend, Mark Cerny.
We're not worthy.
Mark, thank you so much for coming out to Austin.
My pleasure.
So Mark Cerny went to Austin. There it is. You're not worthy. It's Mark Goth Cerny. There he is.
I've asked Mark to join me to pop open the box and give you...
Whoa. Whoa, he's popping. Whose box? Oh, shit. Cerny. What kind of this? I put the kids to bed? What's going on over here? Oh, man. Yo, before we even got to the Cerny, here already is getting everybody all excited. He got AK2 10 VIPs in the house. Spreading out greatness and quality greatness. Yo, thank you so much. AK2 Who did he get? Oh, he got Brap. He got Josh Reinhardt, Astrobot Fanboy, Donnell Jackson, J-Dub, the J-Dub, TV, Miyasama, and Freddie and J Ram. Let's go. Hit that like button, grinders. We're cooking now. Let me update my things. We got the J-Dub in the gaming grindhouse. Now J-Dub can see my music, all my music. Get him, J-Dub. Let's go. Let's give him at 49 here. We're cooking. We're cooking with 49s. There we go. All right, now it's back to this guy popping boxes. Thank you so much, AK. I appreciate it, man. Let's go back to this guy. I had a hit pause all of a sudden. He said, we're popping boxes and give me a peek. Oh, shit, Phil.
I don't know.
Okay, Phil. Phil don't know what's going on. Okay. Phil, let the big boys talk over here. Mark Cerny Goth, get in there.
A peek at some of the gaming breakthroughs we've been working on together behind the scenes.
Yes, we've been busy, that's for sure.
Man, the Cerny has been busy. There he is. Swing!
Today, it seemed like it might be fun to share a bit about the brand new technologies being developed, starting with our collaboration under Project Amethyst to create the machine learning technologies of the future.
As every gamer knows, it takes a complex set of system expertise to get your setup and games to deliver the highest possible experience. As we progress together, the future brings us to real-time physics, cinematic lighting, efficient asset streaming, and keeping everything in sync across a CPU and GPU with super low latency.
Wow, sounds wonderful.
Trying to brute force that with raw power alone just doesn't scale. That's what we're combining.
Whoa. You mean that just by using the T-flops, it doesn't work? Interesting.
Additional rasterization with neural acceleration. And machine learning isn't just a neat trick anymore. It's become a real tool for developers. Smarter pipelines, cleaner visuals, smoother gameplay, and more headroom to create the worlds we want to all get lost in. And that's what FSR is all about. FSR and PSR actually come from deep co-engineering between Sony and AMD. Co-engineering the neural networks that power both technologies. And going forward, more and more what you see on screen, the detail, the fidelity, the atmosphere, it will be touched or enhanced by ML. And that means we're not just hitting new technical benchmarks, we're getting closer to the vision of the artists and creators behind the games.
And the challenge comes in how we implement these systems. The neural networks found in technologies like FSR and PSSR are incredibly demanding on the GPU. They're both computationally expensive and require speedy access to large amounts of memory. The nature of the GPU fights us here. It's made up of a large number of compute units, and problems are therefore typically broken up into bite-sized pieces to enable the individual compute units to tackle them. And there's a downside to that. Subdividing a problem can cause inefficiency, or even force us to give up and find a different approach.
You're talking about game development. That if things just hit a wall, we go the other way. Interesting. So you hear the motif of this whole thing is doing more with less brute force. Not brute forcing it, but more of optimization. Let's keep going.
Exactly. And that challenge got us thinking.
I appreciate it.
And what came out of it is something we're calling neural arrays.
Man, neural arrays. We got all names for this stuff. Neural arrays. All right, let's see what it is. Cerny, get in there.
Here's the idea. Instead of having a bunch of compute units all working on their own, we built a way for them to team up, to actually share data and process things together like a single focused AI engine. Now, we're not linking the entire GPU into one mega unit. That'll be a cable management nightmare. But we are connecting CUs with each shader engine in a smart, efficient way. And that changes the game for neural rendering. Bigger ML models, less overhead, more efficiency, and way more scalability as workloads grow.
Neural arrays will allow us to process a large chunk of the screen in one go. And the efficiencies that come from that are going to be a game changer as we begin to develop the next generation of upscaling and denoising technologies together.
With neural arrays, we're unlocking a whole new level of performance for ML. Not just faster, but more capable. That means better FSR, better ray regeneration, and brand new ML power features we're just starting to imagine. All working in real time, right on the GPU. And we're just getting started. As we look ahead, you also see dedicated innovations that bring cinematic rendering to an entirely new level.
Another area we've been focusing on has been ray tracing. When I look at its broad usage on PlayStation 5 for reflections, shadows, and global illumination, it's difficult to believe that it's been just 5 years since ray tracing was introduced.
Definitely, Mark. And now with path tracing becoming more central to real-time graphics, the demands on GPU just continue to grow. That's why we've been pushing hard to go beyond the current approach to help developers bring even more realism and cinematic lighting into their games.
But the
And here comes to the challenge. So so when people say these consoles, R&D, the cost of making a console, this is the stuff that they're paying for. This is the time and development that goes into building a closed, optimized system to utilize the best features of what's available at a more optimized power configuration. This is the motif of basically this, where you could brute force it. You could throw in the most power graphical and try to push it out and probably pay 15, 2,000, a huge, crazy rig to get everything turned up. I want all my frames and all my rays. That's achievable. That's fine. But is that optimal? Is that going to be enough to attract a whole audience of people that the developers say, I'm going to give them all the rays and all the because everybody got the most powerful machine out there to pump all this. No, you got to bring that down. You got to say, yo, that's great to try to make it. Yeah, more power. That's fine. But how do we get it in a more cost-effective, optimized, closed system that just plays great games? that developers then know that there's a bigger install base. It's more adaptable. It's more penetrating to the market, to the market, and that it's more consumer friendly in the sense that we get more adoption of it, so that it's worth the time for us to put that development into the game. And also AMD is able to do this in a controlled environment, not put it in a Frankenstein PC. We're going to put it in this closed system, optimize the hell out of it. And then once that technology is matured, developers are on board using it. It has the adoption that a lot of people are using it, with the console being a better price than just a $2,000, $1,500 graphics card, just part of a PC. Now we can amplify that and bring those features to our new AMD graphics cards. But we could pilot and experiment in a closed, optimized system, working with the Cerny. Dana Carvey, we're not worthy. So let him continue. Here comes the challenge, and here comes the Cerny twist.
The challenge is that the current approach has reached its limit. To perform ray tracing today, a shader program has to juggle two very different responsibilities. One is ray traversal, digging through complex data structures to locate where the millions of rays being cast hit the millions of triangles in the scene geometry. When there are intersections, that same shader program has to also be doing its usual work of shading the scene, using texture and lighting information and the like.
And we spent the past 2 years rethinking the entire path tracing pipeline from hardware to software. Early this year at Computex, we introduced neural radiance caching, a key part of FSR Redstone. Now, we're building on that with Radiance Cores, a new dedicated hardware block designed for unified light transport. It handles ray tracing and path tracing in real time, pushing line performance to the whole new level.
And we know from playing Doom, from playing Silent Hill 4, what happens when you turn on ray tracing? What happens when path tracing is on and you can't turn it off? This is the reason why they add ambience, they add this stuff, but the problem is that when you turn it on, your frame rate takes a hit, and then you got to use AI frame gen to get those frames back, which introduces latency. You know? What happened? What's going on, Grinders? Oh, yes, Annoying and Noble. I'll try to get Tim Dog on here. He came back today. I will follow up with that there. I don't know what nukes he's dropping, but I know that Tim was saying when he came back, like one of his first tweets was that person that left from the Halo Studios. He said there's like 7 or 8 more that are leaving from the Halo Studios. We'll cover that too. I have it as one of the questions here. We'll get into that, but we'll get back to the Cerny. But yeah, listen, Halo Studios, led by Arnold. This is the problem that we're having here at Halo Studios. You know, it's management. It's always, that's why I've said so many times before, it's not that these studios can't make games. It's that the management does not know what the hell's going on. And we'll talk about, we have a whole investigation about sneakers. So bear with those Grinders. We're cooking out with the Cerny. We got to talk about the Cerny. People wanted to hear this. The Grinders yelling me on Friday.
Together, these form a brand new rendering approach for AMD.
See, it's a rendering approach for AMD. So AMD is piloting all this stuff with Cerny in the PlayStation. Not this one, but talking about the next one, because this is what the future of AMD is going to be, and they're going to put this in their cards. There's a reason why there's PlayStations there and their cards.
Radiance Cores takes full control of ray transversal.
This is the evolution of ray tracing and path tracing. They got to optimize it, because this thing is crazy. I can tell you that. Michael Murray says, he says the next Xbox is canceled. Yeah, he said that before. And I'll talk about it too. That's the thing. Project now. We'll get into it.
One of the most compute-heavy parts of the process. And that frees up the CPU for geometry and simulation and lets the GPU focus on what it does best, shading and lighting.
Freeing up the GPU. It's all about optimization and offsetting getting the resources to where they need to go and specializing it. It's all about optimization. Like they started, you could brute force all of this stuff, but that is costly. And I've heard it before. And guess what? We're going to go back in time.
Result? A cleaner, faster, and more efficient pipeline built for the next generation of ray trace games.
There you go.
There's a significant speed boost that comes from putting the traversal logic in hardware, and a further boost that comes from having that hardware operate independently from the shader cores. On top of those performance increases, there's other features in the works too, such as flexible and efficient data structures for the geometry being ray traced. Overall, I'm really looking forward to the time when we can get Radiance cores into the hands of game creators.
And
There
we're
you go.
excited to see.
And that's what this is all about. Giving game creators a heads up saying, don't abandon these lighting features. Don't abandon ray tracing. We got optimizations coming for you. So don't, like Cerny said, don't stop. We got the tools. The tools are coming.
How
Cerny
developers
cooking.
push ray tracing and path tracing even further with these tools. And here's the thing, whether it's ML or ray tracing, they both hit the same bottleneck. Current GPU memory bandwidth limitations hinder the seamless adoption of next-gen rendering techniques, requiring significantly more bandwidth to handle 4K plus textures and ray tracing denoising masks.
They don't have the games yet, Glinza. That's the thing. The whole point of this is to let the developers know that they got some tech that's going to come to optimize their workflow, and that the future of AMD and what the next PlayStation is, because we're getting to the humdinger part right here, is that we are going to optimize your game development and make these features available and not hinder the performance of your game when you put these things in.
For smooth asset streaming. And that's where a final piece of news comes in. And yeah, it's a big one.
With current GPUs, including the ones in PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro,
Here we go. Here comes the Cerninator. Listen to the foreshadowing.
we have something called DCC, or Delta Color Compression. It's a strategy that reduces
Remember
the
this
memory
thing?
bandwidth consumed when the GPU is reading or writing certain data, such as textures or render targets.
And what we've built for future GPUs and SoCs take the idea of data compression much further. We call it universal compression. It's a system that evaluates every piece of data headed to memory, not just textures.
Not just the colors
and
and
compresses
textures.
it whenever possible. Only the essential bytes are sent out, which dramatically reduces memory bandwidth usage. That means
If you hear all these things, they're going to have Sony terms on it, but this is basically the heartbeat of the PlayStation 6.
the GPU can deliver more detail, higher frame rates, and greater efficiency.
But we need to see the
Here
games use
too,
it.
I'm really looking forward to what improvements universal compression will bring, and to what degree the effective bandwidth of the GPU will exceed its paper spec. There's
Oh, there he goes.
a multitude of benefits from this, including lower power consumption, higher fidelity assets, and perhaps most importantly, the synergies that universal compression has with neural arrays and Radiance cores as we work to deliver the best possible experiences to gamers. Overall, it's of course still very early days for these technologies. They only exist in simulation right now, but the results are quite promising, and I'm really excited about bringing them to a future console in a few years' time.
There it is. Thank you so much. There he is, Dana Carvey. Showing. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. There you go. In a future year's time. So there you go. PlayStation 6, the hot beat of the PlayStation 6. We will see this again. But this whole thing, brute force versus optimization. All right? That's the key. Again, the tech talk, all the little graphics and all that stuff, it's nice. We need to see the games using it. But there it is. He wants to bring this technology to a future console. That's what this is. This was their admittance that the PS6 is coming, and we're cooking. That's what this is. But what's interesting is, like I said before, optimization, AMD optimization. One of the things that came up, if you remember this, Grinders. Look at this. If you, a Cerninator from the past, remember when he talked about this?
These scenes were recorded in real time from PS Pro. Can of course be used to support these displays, but they have unfortunate consequences for console cost and form factor.
See,
Dynamic
brute forcing 4K PS4 Pro reveal.
Is for gaming content and what the new console offers for VR. 4K TV sets deliver an unprecedented level of detail. Today, we have as an industry been supporting 720p and 1080p HD TVs with 1 or 2 million pixels.
There's your Series S.
4K TVs provide a staggering 8 million pixels of display resolution. The achievable visual depth and detail are extraordinary. Brute force rendering techniques can, of course, be used to support these displays, but they have unfortunate consequences for console cost and form factor.
Wow. Brute forcing 4K, form factor, and cost. You could do it, brute force it with form factor and cost, and that's where the 6 teraflop machine of the 1X was fighting with the PS4 Pro, which was weaker. And that's why you see the 1X that's more powerful on paper than the PlayStation 5 still having issues and not looking better or the best than the PS5. And it's just optimization. And that's what this was.
So with PS4 Pro, our strategy has instead been to foster streamlined rendering techniques that can take advantage of custom hardware. When coupled with best-of-breed temporal and spatial...
This is loud as it is, sorry.
...algorithms, the results can be astonishing. The titles I'm about to show you are impressively close to realizing the complete potential of 4K displays. These scenes were recorded in real time from PS Pro hardware and are playing back in the theater on a 4K projector. For
Checkerboard
those of you
rendering.
watching this from home, after the show, we'll be making the footage available in 4K on video on demand in this area. The detail of the city is incredible. Minute features such as the pedestrians in the distance would just be blurs on an HD TV set, but here they are crisp characters. As for Spider-Man himself, the texture of the suit is breathtakingly clear in a way that it could never have been before. New console. What we look for in games, the intensity and abilities of 4K displays. The extreme level of detail visible in the game environments and characters, such as augmented hero Adam Jensen, brings a greater intensity and welcome new reality to the experience.
So what they introduced here was checkerboard rendering, which, by the way, was kind of like one of the early parts of upscaling, right? Checkerboard rendering. So what I did was I looked and I was like, well, when did DLSS and FSR, all that stuff start being implemented in graphics cards? Well, this was 2016. Checkerboard rendering is a type of upscaling, but it's not AI. The AI upscaling is FSR, DLSS, which came about a couple years later. The whole point I'm trying to make is when you hear what they're talking about with the next technologies and that AMD that he just talked about, this is where the innovation begins in a closed environment where they could optimize and try this tech out and start getting developers to use it. And then as it matures, they bring it over to the PC gaming cards. So when you look at this, this is basically was the start of checkerboard rendering. And if you remember, people are like native 4K, brute force it all. I need my 3090, my 2090, all this stuff to get a brute force 4K. Checkerboard, who wants upscaling? Now look where we are now. We're goddamn on DLSS 4. And FSR, a 2-point your mother. You know? Now we're all about AI upscalers and using it way to get performance and get those high frame rates, but also not losing fidelity. But it was funny back then when this was presented, people were saying native, running native 4K. And now what happened? Nobody running anything native 4K. It's 1440p native with, with some upscalers to get 120 frames because people want performance, but they don't want to lose the fidelity. That's why they're like, well, jack up the fidelity and use frame gen, fake frames. So you see, we're in this whole AI and upscaling and fake frames and all this other stuff. Native has gone out the window. But this was the start of upscaling. I looked and went back. There was some upscaling technology in PCs back in the day, but the first kind of presence of it was this. Now, checkerboard rendering is not DLSR, FSR, and anything like that. That's run with AI. But the idea of taking a native image and upscaling it started being introduced there, and now they rolled it into their graphics cards. And now we're seeing this where the path tracing, the ray tracing, talking about it now. He's talking about bringing it to the next console. And this is where they start the technology to then develop in their graphics cards, at least for AMD. NVIDIA, they run their own show. But AMD seems to be putting their tech early in consoles, exploring it there in these chips, and then trying to do it. So it's dynamic resolution. Exactly. It's the checkerboard. So it's not the same thing. But it's funny about taking the images and making them better was kind of like this was his whole point. We're not brute forcing it. We're keeping it in a lower cost hardware, optimized to make higher fidelity images. And that was the party trick of the PS4 Pro, was checkerboard rendering. And it held up pretty damn well, because when the Xbox One X came out to try to brute force 4K and called it true 4K, even though that was using the same type of upscaling or dynamic resolution, and wound up being $100 more than the Pro because it was a stronger machine, because they tried to brute force higher resolutions rather than doing this, using tricks. And they said, this is a party trick. Well, look what we're doing now. Look at our technology now. This is 2016, 2017. Look where we are now. Now all we're doing, half these things now, we're doing party tricks to try to get the frames and the things. So that's what we're in. But that's why you hear this, and I hear the same things. It was funny. It took me right back to this video when he was saying, you don't brute force. You know, we're brute forcing these path tracing and brute forcing this technology. We don't need to brute force it. Let's do optimized, and let's see how we could streamline this stuff. They did it back then with the PS4 Pro, and now it seems like they're going to be doing it, starting with PSSR, AI upscaling now, which is similar to to FSR, not DLSS, that's better, but FSR 4.0, 4.5, whatever number they're on. And exactly, if it looks good, if your eyes can't tell the difference. But I'm telling you, the thing is though, Gambit, I'm playing on the PS5 Pro. When you are able to, when there's a real pro mode in it, you definitely see, because if you are on a PS5 and you go to performance mode and you go to quality mode, there is a visual difference, man. Just look at Final Fantasy. The Final Fantasy the Final Fantasy, and you could see even the performance modes definitely took a hit, especially when you look at trees and grass and everything like that. But when you play on the Pro, you're getting the frame rates, the smoothness, but you're also getting the sharpness of the quality mode. And I've seen it in some games support it, some games don't. But it is a nice peanut butter and jelly experience. And if they could continue to do this and now add the ray tracing, which, by the way, there's the ray traced pro mode on Ghost of Yotei. And yeah, so we will see. But I think we're going to have a lot more stuff turned on. But again, it's all tech talk, so we need to see what the games do. And, but all I'm saying is that we saw a similar type of technology being spoken about PS4 Pro, and now we've seen it rolled into the stuff like that. So let's see. Native and upscaling, that's right. Oh, Gambit says, if it looks good, yeah, between native and upscaling. Oh, yeah, definitely. No, I agree, Gambit. I use upscaling. It's not bad. But what I'm trying to say is it was poo-pooed on here, Gambit. If you remember, PS4 Pro, early days, upscaling was poo-poo. That was trash. It was all about native. And what I'm saying now is really nobody really talking native unless you're doing maybe 1440p native, but 4K native, I don't know a lot of people running 4K monitors. But the games do the talking. That's right, Dark Zone. But the games do the talking. But yeah, there's a Cerny native, and basically the tease in a few years. So PS6 coming in 2028, 2027, they're saying. But it's very interesting that this came out now, almost a year after, as we're approaching almost a year anniversary of the PS5 Pro. You remember, see, Gambit, you remember. The Grindhouse, don't forget. I remember it too. I remember the native and the true 4K versus real 4K. I remember Xbox talking true 4K. Like, true 4K. That's like coming to 4K. I remember, remember Xbox's interpretation of true 4K? Man, craziness in the house. So, speaking about the next gen chips, this whole thing of this Xbox Magnus. Now, things change. There was whole things about what's the next gen Xbox. We're going to get into Xbox now. Hit that like button, grinders. Now we're going to be cooking. Now we're cooking some more. So, this whole thing, Xbox Magnus, basically, what AMD, what I wanted to show, so we saw the Cerny, before I did, before we get into that, let's talk about Xbox. Let's see, that was Cerny's discussion with, that was Cerny's AMD partnership, right? So we got that. Goth was there. Swing! He was doing there. We're not worthy. But let's look at Xbox's video of their partnership talk. Watch the difference.
At Xbox, our vision is for you to play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want. That's why we're investing in our next generation hardware lineup across console, handheld, PC, cloud, and accessories.
I already lost them there. Cerny was saying, I'm looking forward to put this in a new console, and then the other, I forgot, and the other guy was like, yeah.
Mark, and we're so excited to bring these innovations to developers across every gaming platform.
See?
Because this isn't just...
They develop here, and Cerny's like, yo, bitch, I'm here with my PlayStations. Don't be talking about every gaming platform. Look at Cerny to give him the eyes. He gave him the laser eyes right there. When the guy's like, every gaming platform, Cerny's like, bitch. Yo, you're putting... Look at Cerny. He's like, oh, no. PlayStation, dude. He goes, who told you to say that? Look at Cerny. Yo, Cerny giving him the eyes right there. He goes, every gaming platform. Cerny's like,
every gaming platform.
Look at Cerny's face.
This isn't...
Excuse me? He goes, that's not what... Look at Cerny. Cerny's like, no, we're talking PlayStation, bitch. You're not for every gaming platform.
Just about silicon.
Yo, look at Cerny, dude. Let's get a zoom in of Dana Coffee Cerny. We got to get the Cerny face here. Yo, look at Cerny. If the guy's at every gaming platform. Oh man, Cerny like this. No, wait, Cerny, you had a better one. He went from every gaming platform. Get in there, Cerny. Look at Cerny. He's like, the camera's not on me yet. He's like, yo. What happened? Cerny. He's like, uh-oh, I should have said that. I should have said that. So there's their video.
Because this isn't just about silicon. It's about...
Let's see your Xboxes now. Let's see a Sarah Bond. Goddamn sizzle reel T-Mobile.
At Xbox, our vision is for you to play
With
the
this
games
music.
you want with the people you want, anywhere you
Cerny's was technology coming to console. Let's see your Xboxes.
want. That's why we're investing in our next generation hardware lineup across console, handheld, PC, cloud, and accessories. I am thrilled to share we've established a strategic multi-year partnership with AMD to co-engineer silicon across a portfolio of devices, including our next generation Xbox consoles.
Dun, dun, dun.
In your living room and in your hands. Together with AMD, we are advancing the state of art in gaming silicon to deliver the next generation of graphics innovation to unlock a deeper level of visual quality and immersive gameplay and player experiences enhanced with the power of AI. All will maintain...
Do you notice that, dude? You notice when somebody does this, like she is solely just reading some lines, dude. Like, just listen. You heard how Cerny presented this stuff and how they're talking. Look at her and like, look at it. She's just like almost like a politician, like across, like with the hands, like just reading like some sort of teleprompter.
Level of visual quality and immersive gameplay and player experiences enhanced with the power of AI, all while maintaining compatibility with your existing library of Xbox games. This is all about building you a gaming platform that's always with you, so you can play the games you want across devices anywhere you want, delivering you an Xbox experience not locked to a single store or tied to one device. That's why we're working closely with the Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming.
How do we start with Xbox and we're ending with Windows?
The next generation of Xbox is coming to life, and this is just the beginning. We can't wait to show you what's next.
How do we start with Xbox console and then we end it with Windows? Here here at Xbox, and then we ended with
At
Windows.
Xbox, our vision is for you to play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want. That's why we're investing in our next generation hardware lineup across console, handheld, PC, cloud, and accessories. I am
Well, wait a second. Console and Windows, do they go together?
thrilled to share we've established a strategic multi-year partnership with AMD to co-engineer silicon across a portfolio of devices, including our next generation Xbox consoles.
So wait a second. So AMD's powering your next generation consoles, all right? So then what's this line at the end?
Not locked to a single store or tied to one device. That's why we're working closely with the Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming.
Huh? Huh? Excuse me?
Like zoinks.
So wait a second. So then I had to do some Grindhouse research, right? What is Windows and Xbox OS? So let's look. Like the Xbox system software, the operating system that's on exclusively for Xbox home video game consoles. 4 generations of consoles, the software has been based on a version of Windows incorporating DirectX features optimized for the consoles. The user interface Xbox dashboard provides access to games, media players, and Xbox operating system, provides standard tools that facilitate gaming development specifically for Xbox, potentially limiting portability and applications, and it integrates with the Xbox network for online functionality. Let's get to the original. We're not going to talk original Xbox, the 360 software. Let's keep going. All based. The Xbox system software, we're talking about 2013 to the present, contains a modified Hyper-V Hypervision known as Nanovisor. It's a host OS and 2 partitions. One partition is exclusive partition of the custom virtual machine for games. The other partition is the shared partition, a custom virtual machine running multiple apps. As part of an ongoing Windows Everywhere approach, which they tried in 2013, Windows Everywhere, Microsoft revamped the operating system on Xbox to be closer to its current Microsoft Windows products to provide greater personal to provide compatibility with personal computers and Xbox Line. This was Windows 8 Core at the Xbox One 2013 launch. The UI maintained the Metro design, and it had been used in the 360, which resembled the Windows 8 interface. In 2015, Microsoft released the new Xbox experience, which replaced the base system with Windows 10 Core, allowing UWP, another failed experiment. Apps will be available on the Xbox One. According to the head, the importance of entertainment and games, this is from Phil Spencer, the importance of entertainment and games to the Windows ecosystem has become really prevalent to the company. Zoinks! The program that Microsoft launched allows devs to build one single app that could run a variety of devices, including personal computers and Xbox One video game consoles. According to Polygon, Microsoft removed the distinction between Xbox One and Windows PC, and the software has been called Windows 10 on Xbox One. Dude, we've been doing this since then, right? Since 2016, all Xbox One consoles could be updated to include the UWP for Xbox One. The official support for the platform and Cortana was coming in 2016. It's coming, it came, it's dead. As Microsoft continued to refine Windows 10 with a fluent design system, the Xbox One interface was modified to reflect changes in 2017. Microsoft has since continued to refine the interface and add and remove integrated features such as Xbox Game Pass support and the removal of Cortana voice commands. Ahead of the release of the Series X and S, never go full WP, that's right, full such high hard. Ahead of the release of the Series X and S consoles in November of 2020, Microsoft updated the Xbox One software to reflect changes to the dashboard that will be present in newer consoles. This included improved performance and storefront features and readability improvements to the interface, which were propagated across Game Pass and mobile apps. And that's where we are now. And their last update to their operating dashboard was, there you go, Windows Core Update 2024 of August. And you can see these are their updates. Xbox Cloud Beta, November 2021. 4K dashboard. They made you wait over a year for the Xbox Series consoles to get a 4K dashboard. The Series X has a 4K dashboard. That came in October 2021, a year after launch. Night mode and quick settings. They also had Dolby Vision support added a year later in 21. Frame per second boost was added in March. Dynamic backgrounds in November. There you go. And let's see what they've added since. UI change, and look how frequent these were. And then here we go. Games and apps library disc October 2022. Games and apps library icon for disc-based games not appearing on the dashboard. November 2022 Discord support. Send a gift on Microsoft Store. Streaming with Twitch. Jesus. Streaming with Twitch came over 2 years later. Lightstream and Streamlabs. July 2023, a whole UI change. And then look what happened since July 2023. What's up? I'm Rich Swag. Look how you doing, man. Look at what happened. Now they're just Windows updates. They stopped adding stuff to the Xbox OS. See? What happened? Look at all the feature. UI change in July 2023, and there you go. 23, September was Windows 11 update. And August 2000, there you go. Look at what happened. All this was like adding gaming, they were modifying the OS. They were updating the OS, and then look what happened. And tell me what the future is. Tell me what Xbox Magnus is. The updates right here show you. Use your eyeballs, grinders. We don't need insiders. We don't need rumors. We don't need Reddit. We don't need ass. Look. It's right here. Look. What happened? They abandoning the shit. Xbox has become PC dog zone. They've been trying to do it ever since Windows 8. They've been trying to do it since the Xbox One. That's why people hated Xbox One so much. Kinect was in there, 2 operating systems. It was pulling so many resources because they didn't make it a gaming optimized system. They threw too much PC shit into it with UWP and all this other horse shit. And now they're done with OS. They're like, you know what? Xbox OS is done. But do you see? This is what I mean when they try to glaze the shit out of you, going like, oh yeah, Xbox is everywhere. Dude, Xbox OS is not Windows. It's part of Windows. But now, they're neutering it. It's done. It's Windows PC with Copilot. Exactly, Rob Gomez. So tell me again, looking right now, the real update that came was Discord support in November 2022 as a feature to the Xbox OS dashboard. And tell me again that the next Xbox is going to be a full-ass Xbox OS, play all your old games, play your whole library of games, Xbox console. Look at it. They're not evolving the dashboard. Hell, the dashboard wasn't even evolved from the Xbox One to the Series consoles. And look at how support just stopped. Like now you got Zinc Core and Core Update. They're basically embedded Windows updates. No features have been added to the dashboard since November 2022. According to this. No new, like they were all listed here. Now they're Xbox support ones. So let's see. Hold on. Let me just see what it has here. Is this one? Xbox support. Yeah, there you go. Here have been the updates. Look at these updates. Here we go. I clicked to their website here. Xbox system updates. Here we go. October 2025. Stability performance. That sounds like a PlayStation one. Some issues have reported. Look, they named them Windows updates. Xbox Play Anywhere filtering. Okay, so there's a feature. Because they wanted Xbox Play Anywhere. Stability. Game hubs. cloud save improvements. Players can now hide system apps. Jesus. But they're adding stream your own game. Yeah, see, we look at the updates. They're not updating. They're not adding features to that stream your own games. That's not a dashboard feature. It's because they have a filtering on it. Free up your library. Yo. Dude, I do not think what that Xbox Magnus is. It's basically going to be a PC. That's what it is. That's what it is, dude. They're not and the difference is not even the features of the Xbox OS. The thing is that it plays exclusive games that the Windows PC does not. That's the problem. That has always been the problem. Because it is, and the reason why I took the time to show you what Xbox OS is, because it's a real OS. It's a separate OS. That's what it is. It's a separate OS. And where do I have my, where's my, shit, where the hell is it? I think I have it here. Do I have it here? Where the hell is my screenshot of my friggin' name with all the games I own? I can find it. Let me see. Games owned.
You're my number one customer.
Games owned on the console. Let's see if I can filter it. That would be great if I could. And if I can't do it here, I could do it again. But I've shown before, my library of games on Xbox is 330 something, 323, 330 something. And when I show you when they're calling this an Xbox, and I show you what my my library is, here it is. Owned games is right here. I have 131 owned games. Games that I've owned. Not in Game Pass, outside of Game Pass. But let's see how many are installable. These are owned games. This list has been growing, though, I do have to say. But it's counting games that I can't play here. So when you go here to installable on this Xbox, your 131 games, which is still 200 short of my library of Xbox console games. When I hit installable, it's 43 games. But you see what they're doing is that they're putting games that I own that I can't play. Fable 3, you can't play this here. You can play it in the cloud, but you cannot install it. They added Fable Legends here. I don't have Fable Legends. Nobody has Fable Legends. It was canceled. But the closed beta, they said I own. So they're fluffing some numbers in here. But they've added cloud. They're trying to merge all this shit together to make it look like you have a large library. Here's Gears of War 2. You can't play Gears of War 2. The Gears of War 2 was not made. Gears of War 3 was not made for PC. So let's see. Oh, Gears I have? Let me install it. Where's Gears 2? Where's Gears 3? Where are my 360 games they're gone? These are the games that I got. What the hell are these things? Toca Life, Toca Cars, Slot Mania. But do you see the glaze? Monster Truck Destruction? These games were pre-installed on a Windows PC or something? Omen? But you see what they're doing. So even of the 131 games, you can install them to this Xbox PC. Disney Infinity, let's see. Show and store. I don't know. I think that's the game app. I think that's an Xbox app. Here's Forza Apex. But Gears of War's not on here. I own Master Chief Collection. But Master Chief Collection's on here? Where's Master Chief Collection? I own it. I bought it on launch day. Where's my Master Chief Collection for Xbox? Here it is. Master Chief Collection. Why? You can't download it? Oh, that's... There it is. Why is it subscribed to PlayCloud? Yo, hold on. Let me see something here. Where is it? Why do I want to play? Why do you... Where's Master Chief Collection is not in the Xbox store? No, it has to be. It was in Game Pass. Is Master Chief... No, Master Chief Collection's on Steam. But that's so weird. Why? I own Master Chief Collection. Ah, you want to know what? You want to know why? Here you go. Master Chief Collection is not Playanywhere. So if you bought Master Chief Collection on Xbox, you don't get the PC version. Halo Master Chief Collection is not Playanywhere. It's not one of their 1,000 Playanywhere titles. That's why I don't own it on PC. I bought it on Steam, but the Xbox version on the store, Master Chief Collection is not Playanywhere. That's what it is. I figured it out. That's why I don't have it. This is the whole rigmarole of them. They are throwing shit against the wall and they're letting you figure this shit out. That's why it's not consumer friendly. It's confusing. It's disorganized. It's disarray. It's all over the place. You've seen it live here. I'm gonna watch. Let me double check that again. But I remember Master Chief Collection is not Playanywhere. They wanted you to buy it twice. I'm gonna check. There you go. Boom. I knew it. Man, yo, hit that like button, grinders. I'm a goddamn grinder. I'm a human, like, just record everything. I remember this shit. Look, right here. Nope. Master Chief Collection is not an Xbox Playanywhere title. There you fucking go. There you go. That's why I don't have it. Thank you, Phil. That's why you're telling me to play it in the cloud. I bought it day one. I remember I was in Miami at a meeting. And I bought that broken-ass Master Chief Collection that you couldn't even play online. That's why you're telling me that I have to subscribe to play it. The grinders, there you go. There it is. Master Chief Collection, when they talk about Playanywhere, Halo Master Chief Collection, the collection of all Halo, is not an Xbox Playanywhere title. Making the purchase does not transfer to the other one. This game was released before Playanywhere program officially began. You need to purchase the collection separately for Xbox and PC if you want to play both. Well, they're adding, hopefully they add this to it. But Master Chief Collection, not a priority. Playanywhere. But you see the fragmentation. Gears 2, nowhere to be found on this PC. Gears 3, nowhere to be found on this so-called Xbox.
Where the box is in the name of our brand.
Whether it has an Xbox button or not. And Master Chief Collection. Thousands of games to play anywhere. But you don't put Master Chief Collection in there. I gotta buy it or play it on the cloud. I own the game.
Bass is fucking raw! Shit! Raw! Raw chicken! It's raw. Fucking raw. They look raw! Raw, Carol! Fucking raw! Raw! Fuck off. And by the way, it's raw.
People been asking, look at this. And remember how long Playanywhere is, right? Playanywhere has been going on since 2016, right? 2017. Reddit post 5 years ago. Master Chief Collections Playanywhere, right? I bought Reach on Steam since it was the only way that I could ever have it. Ever since they added the older games, I have to buy them even though I already own them on my Xbone. Oh man, remember that one? I linked my Xbox account to the Steam version too and got all achievements it had unlocked. It's not Play Anywhere, unfortunately. For one, the program would have only worked for Microsoft Store version, not the Steam version. And the game itself came out prior to Play Anywhere. You have to repurchase it. But thousands of games to Play Anywhere. And they're adding games that weren't in there before. You think they would add Master Chief Collection? It's their own. Well, there you go. Thank you. And what's a dick move is that actually they're telling me to play it in cloud, and also it's in the store. If I subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate, I will have access to the Windows version of Master Chief Collection. But because it's not Play Anywhere, I don't get it. And you see the fragmentation. What's in it? What's not? What was added? What's in there? What's over there? What's backwards compatible? What's cross-gen? What's cross-save? Oh, does this have cross-save? Well, it's Play Anywhere, but not cross-save. And this is why we say all the time, and this is why they always...
Oh no! We suck again!
And there it is. And that's the thing. And you think these Xbox channels that went out there calling targets and stuff would be clear with their audience and really explain the confusion that's here that maybe could ease the messaging that Microsoft has such a trouble to do. But you're seeing it here in real time from a gamer, an Xbox gamer. This is what you got to deal with. And why don't they speak about this stuff? When they say everything is an Xbox, you go, wait, hold up. What do you mean? Here are the facts right here. It's not Play Anywhere. They're running around sitting on podcasts going, play the games you want, where you want, with who you want. I bought this game. Why can't I play it on the Xbox app? So I got to go buy it again on Steam. If I buy a ROG Ally and I purchase Master Chief Collection on Xbox, and now I buy $1,000 ROG Ally like these guys are hyping up, and you go to the Xbox App Store, and you go, let me see my games. And you come over here and you go, oh, I got a library of 131 games. That's wonderful. Let me see what I can install on my Asus ROG Ally X, because box is in the name. Let me hit installable. Oh, just 43 games. But wait a second. I have 300 games. Me. And you're only showing me 131, and some of them don't even exist anymore. Like Fable Legends and Disney Infinity there, and 2 versions of For Honor and 360 games that I own. But let's play natively, because Phil said it's about native. Remember, Phil was hyping native when the Portal was out? He's like, no, I believe in native gameplay. Remember? I remember. I'm sure you remember. Here, hit that like button if you remember, because I remember. It was about native gameplay when he was sitting there with Ryan.
Seen the next Xbox hardware. Our Xbox.
But Phil, you won't do a cloud streaming? No. I want to play natively, Phil said. Okay. Then why all of a sudden half of my library is cloud-based, and then when I see what's native, it's 43 games, and we got Candy Crush that's already installed, Candy Crush Saga, Bleeding Edge Beta, which is gone, Battle Droids, who the fuck made that game? Demos added, so like of these 43 games, I got demos, I got betas, I got games that don't exist anymore, like Fable Legends, I got, it's Killer Instinct, thank God, that was one of their first ones, Minecraft Preview, I got 3 Minecrafts, I got a Minecraft launcher that's getting counted, I got Omen, HP Omen Oasis Live, I got new nuts, who's nuts?
I have an exciting life now. Breakfast to go. You're gonna love my nuts.
I got somebody's nuts. Pause. Quantum Break, one of the first Play Anywhere titles. Phantom Dust, original assets. Shout out to Z. Pinball FX. Reckless Racing. Man, I remember that game. I downloaded that on my Surface. Banner Saga and Tomb Raider. And Toka. And here's a wonderful game. Roblox. / not supported. Wonderful. What a library. Can't wait to play my ROG Ally X. And know what happened? You spent $1,000 and now I got 43 games to play on this thing. Know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be in a panic and probably sign up for Game Pass because I'm like, holy shit, I don't have anything on here. I thought my library came with me. And maybe that's the scam. Maybe that's their scam. And that's why these dudes are hyping up Magnus. They're hyping up another console. Dude, if it is a PC, you basically got castrated. That's what you did. Your library got cut at the nuts. You're done.
I can go down.
Your library is garbage. Trash. You got 43 games to your name after 25 years of Xbox. Backwards compatibility. All this shit is gone. You're in a panic now. You got to sign up for Game Pass. Because look, after I do my 131 games, 63 of them now. Oh, look. I own 131. I own 63 of them in Game Pass. So that means but only 13 are installable. Wonderful. Wonderful. So now I sign up for Game Pass. So of the games I own, 100 and believe me, 131 is not 330 what I have on Xbox. For all my whole Xbox 360, Xbox One, my whole library is 350 games. But I click on owned. I have 31. In Game Pass of what I own, now we're at 63. But now if I sign up for Game Pass, what is installable of what I own? 13. And we're talking about Spartan Strike and that. So that shows that half of my Game Pass library, or half of the games that I own, 131, cloud playable, 93 games. So if I subscribe for cloud, I could play 93 of the games that I own. If I want to install the games that I own rightly, it's 43. And there is your Grindhouse rant for today of facts. Go through my library and see. There it is. There it is. Craziness. What is this? What the hell is that thing? Oh, they gave me some badge. I got some game. The hell's that? Where's my gamer score? Don't I even see this on here anymore? They didn't even put your gamer score on here? Oh, there it is. 98,000. Anyway. Yeah, they gave me some badge. Look at this. I got some badge here. Yeah, I got almost 98,000 gamer score. Dude, I got more gamer score with them, and I haven't been playing on Xbox since 2000 on their games, man. Ridiculous. And I got a badge down here for Xbox Gold Live member, dude. That was like 17 years straight or something like that. Craziness. Playanywhere, exactly. Let me get the super chat hitting up. By the way, there's a new Dusty Bin song for the super chat goal. Glinzer with the 2, he goes, Magnus, Microsoft, another glazed, new, useless system. And if you went going through that Wikipedia page, dude, like basically they are, basically they've been trying to do this. Windows everywhere, Xbox Live anywhere. They've been trying to do this. Hit that like button. Over 200 people here. Hit that like. Thank you again for all the support here. Yeah, see, Josh got like 10 years of gold. Craziness. Well, let's cool our tongues and let's go to the Xbox community. Let's go to you guys, the VIPs and the Ultimate Grinders, and see what questions you had for this evening here. And then we'll talk about the Xbox at retail. Where are the questions? Let me do my new post. Here we go. Damn, where the hell is it? Sorry, I'm looking at the Grindhouse questions. I saw some. Let's see. Grindhouse questions. Trying to find them over here. Xbox Playanywhere. It's crazy. And that was why I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wait a second. Why don't I own Mass Chief, but I bought it that same day. I bought it. I think I answered all the Grindhouse questions. Hold on. Oh, wait, there might be some here. Hold on. Here we go.
You're my #1 customer.
Stream Battlefield. Laura Fry's take. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we did that. All right. So let's get to the real I asked. Here's some questions. Got them. Oh, here we go. Here come the Grindhouse questions. Here we go. These are the VIPs, Grinded. Shout out to them. Hitting the like button. This is what you get. All the VIPs coming in there. You got the gifted ones. You upgraded one. We ask you every Monday some questions to ask the Gaming Grindhouse. Ultimate Grinders, you're going to make some music. That's your new feature. I get more content than Game Pass. Amazing. And I'm not increasing prices. Pause. Not. Free Hugs says, is Phil growing yet? Was it ever growing?
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at the.
I think, in all honesty, though, they did have growth during COVID. Like COVID, they did have like growth. I think everything had growth during COVID. Like that's why Satya was dropping the number every friggin' video that he did. Every update, he was talking about the numbers, right? He's like, oh, we're at the 1 million, 4 million, 5 million, and everybody's like, oh my God, at this rate, they're doing 2 million a year. They'll be at 10 million in 4 years, and then all of a sudden, it dried up. Because it was a pandemic, everybody was in the house. People they couldn't go to stores. Games were people just wanted backlogs and play. So there it was growing, but then everything leveled off, and that's what happened. So, and also when it was $1 and it was dollar bill fill, and people go upgrade and stack for $1, definitely people were doing it because, like I said, gamers look for the nuances. They will find a way. If they could get games for cheap, they're gonna do it. Look at Steam collections. Look at Steam libraries. They do it. So there was growth. The problem was, it was the output. They had no games. And when their games came out, they weren't all that. Recore, Sea of Thieves with 3 mission types. Even Quantum Break was the start of kind of like, not really what we thought this was. And it was more apologies and more Phil interviews and more hardware, and we'll fix hardware first, and 900p and all this other shit. So it was the games that they lacked. And they knew that dudes stacked for 3 years and 4 years. You could stack for 3 years. They knew that. So they got people like just subscribe for 3 years because they bought. That was the only way to get a year of Game Pass Ultimate, was to buy Xbox Live for $60. A year of Xbox Live for $60, buy a card, and then buy another card, and buy another card. So for $180, you had 3 years of Xbox Live. Then you would upgrade to Game Pass Ultimate for $1. So for $181, you stacked 3 years of Game Pass Ultimate. And those were the years that they gave you, like, no games. Because they were building studios in the future, and Halo was delayed, and they knew they had dudes signed up for 3 years for $181. Dollar bill fill deals, handing out free months of Game Pass, dude. They tried to get people in that nature of just getting games and them telling them games, and it was like indies and all this other shit. So it grew, but now it's not growing. That's why. And they spent too much money, and they were impatient to have this grow naturally with quality games. Instead, they just bought off-the-shelf stuff and threw it in Game Pass and paid exorbitant amount of money, and now they want to get their money back. That's what happened.
You're my #1 customer.
Ivan Ocholo. Oh, man. Sorry, Ivan. Let's call you Ivan. What if Sony goes wild and releases the PS6 base and Pro models at the same time? Do you think it's possible? Ivan, another question. Let's get these likes here, Grindus. Another VIP question. I don't think Sony is going to do a base and a Pro at the same time. Sony's a hardware company. I think they're going to kind of do their MO like they've done already, where they've released their base system, have developers focused on it, and then release a Pro later on. That's just my thought. I think that what they will do is release probably the handheld or Portal 2, and then have a PlayStation 6 base. And I think the Portal 2 will basically be like a PS5, could run games at lower powers, things like that. And you'll have a handheld PlayStation and then the year later. So I think my prediction is that next year we'll start seeing code names or whatever, or we'll start seeing leaks of the PlayStation Portal handheld next year. I think we'll start seeing that, the low-powered thing that could run games on the go. And I think that comes out before, and then 6 months to a year later, we get the PS6. So I think maybe end of next year, early 2027, we'll start seeing the PlayStation handheld, and then that will be followed by the PlayStation 6 coming in 28. That's what I think. And I'll prefer that because I'm in no rush to get more hardware. Please. I'm not in a rush. And the Portal's great for around the house. I'm not in a rush to go spend thousands of dollars on more shit that I got to wait devs to catch up on. I'm not in the mood for that right now. Give me another couple years. And the Portal, and I think a handheld PlayStation coming in 27 would be something that, okay, good. Well, like maybe end of next year, early 27. Let's talk about that and then do a PS6, something like that. But we will see. But I'm not in no mood to get a new hardware. And don't fall into the Xbox glaze where those guys just can't wait to get out of this generation again, thinking that things are going to be fixed. They were trying to do that with this handheld, this ROG Ally. They were trying to like, oh man, we're out of this generation again. Woohoo! It's like, dude, really? You were doing this Xbox? We're doing Xbox One again? You just can't wait to get out? You know? Like, come on, man. They want to get out of this gen again, pretend it never happened. It's like, yo, man, this is worse. So I don't think they're going to do that. Shout out to Thrifty. He goes, what games in 26 are you most excited for? Man, he's talking 26. I'm still in Broketober. Thrifty. Shout out to Thrifty. Go follow him on his channel. He has the shows on Wednesday nights. Thrifty, I would say definitely GTA. GTA, of course. And then I would say Soros, obviously. Hyped for that. And I think if Witcher comes out, I like The Witcher. And if Witcher's coming out next year, I'm ready for that one. Those are ones I can think off my head. Pause. Off the top of my head. The Witcher, GTA, Soros, and Wolverine. Oh, Wolverine, of course. Wolverine would be freaking awesome. Holy crap. That's crazy. Thanks, Drift, for the question. And Hero Jackson says, when do you think the PS6 will release, and when do you want it to release? Oh, there you go. Well, we just heard Mark Cerny say in a few years, so I'm thinking it's not a couple. It's not 2027. I think they're targeting 2028. So, like I said, I think that 2027 we see the handheld, and 2028, or maybe end of next year, 26, we see a handheld. And then I think that transitions into the PlayStation 6. So we see like a Portal 2. So those are the questions from the Gaming Grindhouse. Now, a special feature. Breaking news, grinders. Breaking news. Here we go. Let me get these super chats, and then we're going to cook. We got some breaking news here from the Gaming Grinders. I got my internet sleuths out there. Oh, wait a second. We got a whole bunch here. A whole bunch of chats came in here. Make sure we get these people paid here. Here we go. Let's grind it. Easy Tony says, did you see Microsoft? Whoa, a second. Did you see Microsoft put up a job posting for gaming finance transformation lead? Looking more the ways to fill nest gamers. Yo, it's not going to stop, man. It's not going to stop. Like the price increase, the fact that they just did a $10 price increase, they're going to increase the price of games next year, I am sure. I think the $80 games are going to be coming next year. They just held off on it. So you're going to have $80 games, increased price of Game Pass. And what's crazy is that it's Xbox. The quality of games, like, they're still trying to fight that quality banter. Like, all they've been doing is taking multiplats and put their name on it. Like, they have not developed the games. The games that they developed have been just like, eh. They haven't been, like, Avowed's not up for no Game of the Year discussions. Anybody didn't even talk about it. South of Midnight, South of Gone. The games that they made, do you even see sequels to those franchises? Do you see DLC coming? Do you see expansion packs to Avowed? Dude, they give a roadmap, and the roadmap is, I don't even know what's going on with the roadmap. It's off course. But no expansions, no DLCs. Hell, even a Starfield, their franchise of franchises, game of the generation, it's crickets when it comes to their annual DLC. They said thank you in a tweet. Bethesda's even kind of cruise control. Like, where's their kind of, like, they just forgot Starfield. What are they working on? Elder Scrolls are like, forget about Starfield. Forget about it. Forget about it. So, yeah, like they're going to try to get their money from more people. Phil said there's two things. You grow or you try to get money from more people. And he said, we tried growing and we've been focused on the latter. And that's why putting our games on other things. What's up, Bahamut? How you doing? On other platforms is what we're doing. But he did both. Put the games on other platforms and taking more money. And I said the strategy here is to price out the Xbox console owners because they want you off the box. Because Magnus is off-the-shelf PC. The Asus ROG Ally, which Phil calls an Xbox.
Seen Xbox hardware. Our Xbox Ally hand.
Their Xbox Ally handheld that doesn't play Master Chief Collection on Playanywhere. Great. So they're already glazed. They're already gone. This is an Xbox. Everything is an Xbox. No console required. They've been grooming everybody's ass for the last 2 years. Like they want off. And these diehards that are like, I believe in Xbox. They're gonna come back. I love my console. Oh, you like it? $30 a month. You like it again? $800 console. You want another one? Memory cards. What happened to the memory cards, grinders? What happened to those memory cards? Other people are gonna make them. Seagate and Western Digital. That's it. No Kingston. No Corsair, no low-cost bootleg, even memory Xbox proprietary memory cards. Nobody.
You're my #1 customer.
Nobody. And those things are still astronomical. $400 for a 4 terabyte, overpriced than M.2s. That could get faster than the PlayStation ones. But that's another bullshit. So you think what? Is anybody asking? Is the next Xbox? Is the ROG Ally take my $400 goddamn 3 terabyte? My Western Digital SD card? Does anybody take it? Anybody? Does that work in my ROG Ally? Yo, holy shit. Yo, the 4 terabyte is still almost the price. It's more money than the freaking console. Holy shit on me. Look at these prices. Talking about those memory cards. Look. Look at this. They're on sale. A 1 terabyte is $129 at Best Buy. Seagate, a 1 terabyte is $100. The 4 terabyte is an astronomical $429. Does that work on my ROG Ally X, Phil? The 512 is $69. Yo. Yo. You get a 4 terabyte for $200 M.2 SSD Gen 5. These are old ass Gen 3s. This is not even a Gen 4. $219. That's the sale price. It was $250. Does those work on my ROG Ally X, Phil? Does those work on my PC? Does that work on my LG TV? Do these work? These proprietary memory cards? Because guess what? We are 5 years in, and I'm sure everybody's 512 Series S needs some memory. I'm sure that 1 terabyte Master Chief on the box needs some memory. You're robbing people here with these expansions. Robbing them. Where's Western Digital's version? Where's Corsair? Mm-hmm. Exactly. This is a Gen 3, too. These are not even Gen 4s. Remember? Gen 4 we had to wait for. Cerny made us wait a few months before we could upgrade. Because we were waiting for the Gen 4s. And now we get Gen 5. We get faster ones in there. I got a 4 terabyte for $220. I got 4 terabytes all over the house of M.2s. $200, $250, $230. I just bought a 2 terabyte little one to upgrade into my tablet. What are these? The 2285, the 2230s? And that was $160. The 2 terabyte. That was like $160, $170 for the little one. Not even the full M.2. I got the 2230, the one that goes in a Steam Deck. And those only max out at 2 terabytes. Look at these prices. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. A 1 terabyte still over $100? Dude, 1 terabyte should be... They got the 512 at $70. 512 should be thrown in the box. Remember Screwdriver Gate, Screwgate? They didn't have to use screwdrivers. This taps right into the bus speed. Oh my God, dude. You could write a book with all the bullshit they talked about. But as an Xbox fan, they wouldn't even talk about this topic. I don't even know how many of them even bought these things. They hyped them up. Do you see any of these channels that used, oh yeah, I bought the memory card, guys, I got a good deal on it? And, I don't know. They don't even want to talk about it because look at the prices. A 4 terabyte is the price of a console, $429. Craziness. 4 terabyte. And you would think with Game Pass and all the games that they download and all these games they play at Game Pass, you think these memory cards will be flying off of shelves. All the games I'm downloading, the 400 games in Game Pass, I'm playing everything. It's just too easy. Please hit that like button, grinders. It's wild out here in these streets. But there you go. Anybody? You get a 2 terabyte stripper glitter Xbox for $800. And you want to get a 4 terabyte expansion. Dude, you're at $1,200. Oh, shit. 6 terabyte Xbox box.
Where the box is in the name of our brand.
Yo, the Pro comes with 2 terabytes, and I threw a 4 terabyte in there for $200. For 170, I go, but 200. I put a friggin' a friggin' 4 terabyte Gen 5 in there. Get the f. And know what's crazy is if you go from PC, you go from PlayStation to PC, you could rip out that M.2 out of the PlayStation, reformat it, and use it on your PC. The PlayStation to PC migration is more compatible than the Xbox to PC. You believe this? You buy an M.2 for your PlayStation. You say, I don't want PlayStation anymore. I want to go onto PC. You could rip that M.2 out of your PlayStation. I've done it. Put it into my PC. Yep, I just got 2 terabytes. Seagate spamming me with coupons. They're like, yo, this shit's expensive. Let me hit you up with 10%. Seagate knows that shit's too much. Oh, shit. Anyway, we got some sleuths on there. After I get these super chats, I think I'm only on Easy Tone super chat. Member, 4 months VIP grinder D487. Do you think all this efficiency talk is hinting at the handheld? I think so, D. I think that some of that technology may be, he said, lower power states. Like, you're right, D. I didn't even think that. That might be another indication of a handheld, and that this optimization and efficiency for battery life and for the whole handheld. Lower, he said lower energy, lower power state. So yeah, that could be it. Definitely indicating something on the future with efficiency and optimization. But the point is optimization. And that's where I was making fun of this on my last show, where you hear about all this R&D with Cerny and this R&D and this talk, right? And then you think about it, and it's like, dude, they did friggin' they spent all this time. Imagine doing all that work, and then Cerny comes out. Oh shit, he's here! He's here! Oh shit, Cerny, we were just talking about you. Cerny! Oh, wait a second. Oh! We just heard him. He just came in here. Yo, come in here.
Hi. It's Mark Cerny. It was terrible weather coming in here. But I had to make the show because I saw my video. I was watching that YouTubes, and I saw myself talking to AMD. And to answer the Grindhouse questions, it's about efficiency and power and optimization. I've been working hard. Pause. Oh, always wanted to say that. I've been working hard. Major pause. To make sure that the future of the PS6 and that wonderful SSSSD will power our future. And I can't imagine what those stupid asses. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get excited and cuss. I can't believe you spent all that time on R&D, and then I tell you that you don't need one? I don't know. That's some wild ass shit. I don't know why I cuss on the show. I don't know why. I'm sorry. But I can't wait to show you what I got cooking. And I don't know what that Xbox is doing, but I would never tell you you don't need a PlayStation. You need this. You need it in your life. You need all that games, and you need that SSSSD. Yeah. So go out and get that PS5 Pro and use my PSSSSR. And then get ready, because I'm going to show you what Cerny has been cooking.
My God. He made it at the 2-hour mark. Cerny made it. Thank you, Cerny, for being here. Thank you.
It's okay. I got you.
Oh, man, stop yelling, Cerny. You wake up the kids.
Nah, I'm going to get out of here.
Cerny, stop waking up. Shh. So friggin' loud, that Cerny. And he cursing. He cussing on my show. This is a family show, Cerny. Damn it. God damn Cernanita. You know, he loves that SSD, man. He could put me asleep with that SSD. Incredible, that Cernanita. But there he is. D, maybe he gave you some insight on that thing. But again, who does all that research and development and then tells you at the end going, you know what? Everything is an Xbox. You don't need this. I just been working 5 years to optimize this stuff, making those special memory cards. You don't need an Xbox. You got it in your pocket.
Where that box is in the name of our.
That's what Xbox did. Waste R&D and then told you don't need it. That's what they're doing now. Marvelous Marvin. #1 on the top fans for chatting. Here we go. Thank you very. He's #1. Easy Tone's #2 and Glinzo is #3. Whatever that scoreboard is. That's the top grinders of the show. Marvelous Marvin with the 20 goes, who is more excited to buy a PS6 versus buying an Xbox Magnus? Who thinks not many people will buy Xbox Magnus over getting a new PS6? And then there's the thing, Marvelous. Like we'll talk about the stock issue now. But the thing is like, I think the brand is in dire, like, it's so confused right now. I think there's no confidence in what Xbox is and what Xbox branding is. And I said before, like, Microsoft has done everything to destroy their brand. So, I don't know. That's why I don't think it even has the power anymore. And the way stores are and the way the media is and the way former employees are just throwing everything under the bus, like GameStop making fun of Xbox and GameFly and all these came coming out and making fun of Xbox. Dude, that is insane. Those are their partners. And if their partners are throwing them under the bus like that to promote their stuff, that just shows you where the Xbox mentality is. And it's just a few crazy people that just say, I got a library here. And what's crazy is that they say, I love Xbox because my library is here. Well, then you should hate Xbox right now, because where they're going with this library of Magnus and Xbox PC, your library doesn't come with you. Master Chief Collection will come with you. So think about it. That whole library is not going with you on the cloud. You can do that on your phone with a strap-on. Pause. Speaking about pauses, we got him here. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Where have you been? Sign My Ass is back in the Grindhouse.
Great ass!
There it is. Sign My Ass with the Seek 20. He goes, I'm back. Whose ass I'm gonna sign now? Yotes. Oh, shit. And he comes back with the 50 Seek. He goes, can't wait for Soros, Jez. By the way, give a shout out for Returnal. One of the best games of the decade. It's not celebrated enough. You want to know what? Sign my ass. I was about to go play, do some more of Returnal, stream that, but I've just been Yotei and Battlefield. But I don't think I'm gonna come back to Returnal, definitely for the hype for Sorrows, because I'm happy for that. All right, grinders, we're cooking. Hit that like button. I know you love it here. We have over 200 people. You're watching. We're almost to our goal. I'm still counting chats. We're going there. You want to get your song this evening, and you're not gonna want to miss it. Dusty Bin's Quest. Ooh, that's a song of songs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 4 more chats to get to that goal. And also, grinders, we're cooking right now because we got the Grindhouse in the streets. The Grindhouse has made some movements. We're growing. Phil not growing, but we're growing. I've took the grinders and I've asked them the hard questions. I asked them the ultimate question. Grindhouse Investigation presents, who is Sneakers? Who is Sneakers? They heard that he was a higher up. He knows about Xbox. Tom Warren said he's a real leaker and took Xbox era to the knees. They were laughing, and then they got humbled. A little bit of humble pie. But I had the grinders go find out who Sneakers is. So let's see what they came up with. Grinders, I asked the hard questions here. I didn't leave my dream job, but I do ask the hard questions. So we asked the grinders right here. Grinders, who is Sneakers? And we had 7 comments from the VIP, from the grinders. VIP grinders, nonetheless. So I said, who is Sneakers, using your investigational skills, and why is that person Sneakers? This Xbox Insider. Glinzer, right now in the chat, says,
my #1 customer.
He believes Sneakers is Peter Moore. And his reasoning from his research says, he was with Sega. They stopped hardware, and he remembers the Xbox 360 era, the good old days for Xbox. So Glenn's is saying that Peter Moore secretly wants to corrupt the Xbox from the inside out and has posed as Sneakers. Kyle Bouchard did not provide evidence, but we will shout it out anyway. Sarah Bond, he said. Whoa. I don't know, Kyle. She's pretty, I don't know, she'll sabotage her own job. But Kyle says Sarah Bond is Sneakers.
Oh, Sarah at Xbox, what's the plan now?
I don't know.
No console meeting.
They said they were high up, and she's pretty high up.
Hardware sales drop. What's the new game? Who thought of this? Who's to blame? Oh, Sarah.
Michael Meridian, right here in the Gaming Grindhouse chat, he goes, I don't have a name. Uh-oh. But he says, I think it's an investor or someone close to a person on the board. The way Sneaker S.O. described Phil Spencer sounded like someone who dislikes him and how he's running things. Man. Yo, Michael Meridian, that is a cool story. That's someone who dislikes Phil. Phil don't like him. That's a good one, but we don't have a name though. Laura Greer. Laura Fryer. Oh shit, Laura Fryer Sneakers. It's Stinkfinger. Let's see. Oh man, we got Glassdoor Gaming. Who is Sneakers? The leaker. Who is Sneakers? Grindhouse answers. Sarah was one of them. Glassdoor Gamer says it's Xbox Gandalf.
Xbox Gandalf says, thou shalt not.
Yo, could that be Sneakers? He says, the way his gig and gave it to the Surface OM team. They gave away his gig and gave it to the Surface team so he could be Sneakers. He's upset with the way they treated him. His Xbox hardware is no more, and they threw him to the Windows team. He does look sus. I don't know. It could be. Look at that face. That does look like somebody who could be Sneakers. Profiles line. I don't know. I don't know, Glassdoor Gamer. That may be. He thinks. Maybe he thinks he's Sneakers, but he's not Sneakers, but he thinks. I don't know. The other VIP grinder. 6 Motor. Is it Phil or Booty? They both wear sneakers. Booty wears shit finger. I don't know. Booty Bucks. Uh-oh. Just Wait actually is stepping outside of the Xbox employment, and he says Sneakers is Huggy. Oh, shit.
Stop. Enough.
He seems like the kind of guy that'll make up a leak to crash out on YouTube and engagement farmers. He belongs in jail. Oh, shit.
Stop. Enough.
Just Wait going wild. And then Ivan comes in and he says, Phil Spencer. The Phil Spencer. Because how furious Microsoft suits are destroying his work at Xbox. The Grindhouse has spoken. That's a lot of suspects there. But one leak that came out, and the reason why it went crazy, was the second paragraph, last sentence. Thank you again, Grinders, for your contributions in the field. And if you hear anything of who Sneakers is, please provide, and we could discover more who Sneakers is. Robert Maxwell, someone in the chat, says Sneakers is Major Nelson. Oh, shit. Marvel's Mom with a 20 goes, I think the Xbox brand is literally done. If your whole library is not there, then there's no point of buying anything Xbox. I think Xbox will exit, then someone else can take its place. And that's where we are today. So, ads galore on Bootleg Jez's channel, but rumors of a Reddit post, which started right here on Xbox. Hit that like button, Grinders. We're cooking. We on medium to high heat. We're on high heat now. We're on high heat now. This guy, Code E1985, says, my local Target is getting rid of their Xbox section. And he put this picture up. Which, thanks for the picture. And they came after him. My local Target is getting rid of their entire Xbox section. The electronics manager says they will no longer carry systems, games, or accessories. He also said all Targets in Kansas City area are purging their Xbox stock as well. 4K upvote. 941 comments. Everyone picked up on this. And everybody now is trying to use Bootleg Jez's statements to this. So, this is what started everything. We know that the Xbox console has been on clearance at Sam's Club, at Costco. Clearance. Not, we can't have it in stock. Clearance right before the holidays. My thing is we're going to talk about how they try to dispute this, but the damage has already been done. The fact that this thing got over 4K and it got picked up and everybody, Shinobi, all the people just started spreading this. Tim Dog came back into the streets again. Like, the fact that this thing, everybody's like, oh, yep, see ya, it's done, it's cooked. Like, yep, this goes par for the course. Shows you right there that the brand is washed up. Like, it's done. The fact that this permeated, like if somebody's like, yo, switches, Target is removing switches. Switch 2s are getting pulled out of Target. People are like, go take a walk. What are you doing? Go outside. But the fact that everyone believed this off the tails of what happened. And then on top of that, you go back to the Sneakers post. This guy was right about the leaks. And remember, we just did this last year when everybody's like, all these games are coming to PlayStation. Gears is coming. Forza is coming. All these games are coming to PlayStation. It's not just the 4 games. It's all I heard Forza. I heard Gears is coming. And then Sneakers came out with that and everybody said, no, it's not. You're just hoping it's not happening. Bootleg was out there. The same ones. And it came true. And now we're here again. More stuff. He says right here at the bottom of the thing, and I tweeted this out, and it got traction. I just retweeted what the thing said, and I tweeted this out right here. I said right here, second paragraph, last sentence. Who is Sneakers? Because I said, yeah, major retailers reportedly pulling Xbox stock. Post on Reddit shows the picture. And I said, second paragraph, last sentence. What does it say? The Costco retailer pulling Xbox, and apparently they are one of many that we'll learn about soon. Told me everything I need to know. So the fact that that guy said that a week or so ago, and then all of a sudden now a Reddit post comes up, and the guy's like, I've talked to my retailer, they're getting rid of it with a photograph. And they tried to say, well, people were using the wrong photograph. That's an old one on there. Like that, this is one, but then the one they were using was an old one to like kind of link the article. The fact that this got out there, it's like, it just shows you where the mentality is. The Xbox brand is in a shit. Nobody trusts it. They think it's one foot out the door. And like I said, if Phil Spencer came out tomorrow and said, I'm bringing out a new Xbox next, here it comes for $800. Yeah, some diehards will buy it that can't, like, that just love Phil just because of Xbox and what they do for him. They will buy it, but like the general consensus would be like, I'm not buying that thing. That's like a time bomb. Who's legitimately going to buy an Xbox, whether even if it is a PC or a regular Xbox? Who's buying it? Who's lining up going, oh yeah, this is going to last me for the next 5 years in the next generation? Oh, you just saw what this generation did. It shows you that it's done. The brand is washed up and everything associated with it. And it's bad. Like, it is bad. Like, you look here. You know, I've been looking at these things. Even things like this. Where is it? Did I even tag it? Like this. Game Pass UK, Xbox, 4 days emotionally prepared for this layout. This game Keeper comes out, right? Xbox Game Pass. Every Xbox post. Watch. You raise the price of Game Pass by 50%. Everyone disliked that. Achievement unlocked. Cancel Game Pass. Cancel Game Pass. Cancel Game Pass. Cancel Game Pass. Achievement unlocked. Cancel Game Pass. It's good. I'll probably buy it on Steam for cheaper. 1 month's worth of Game Pass. Cancel Game Pass. How long? Prepare your pockets for what you did. Unfortunately not, as I canceled Game Pass. Buy Xbox. Nope. Still can't justify resubscribing to Game Pass because of this price hikes. When is this releasing on PS5? I'll play it on my Xbox ROG Ally X. Cancel Game Pass. Cancel Game Pass and bring back my owning my games. Microsoft got way too greedy. Sweet. Okay. Cancel Game Pass. Any news on when ABK games will be added to Game Pass? When is this hitting the Switch too? I'll play it on Steam. I canceled my Game Pass. Right now, I'll warm up my fingers for Ninja Gaiden. You showed me nothing, and I show I care a little bit about this game. Whoa, day one game, biggest screw up. Floppy doing game from Xbox, trash. Cancel Game Pass. Xbox is a keeper. There's one guy with the Xbox logo in there. Stop. Cancel Game Pass. Cancel Game Pass. Like, this is what I mean. All they did was announce a game that's coming to Game Pass. No one cares about your shit pass. And then tell me again why this thing got 4,000 upvotes. They want to see it out. This is what I told you. This is not a migration. This is not bring people to a new platform. I want you Xbox guys to go to PC. They have shit in their cereal and pissed in their face. Like they have now they have made people hate them. That shit like this is going to permeate. Good riddance. Goodbye. For good, get him out of here. Because people are hostile because Microsoft screwed them with increasing the console and increasing the Game Pass. This is worse than DRM because this is week later. And Microsoft had not addressed the price increase. This is what happened.
One customer.
Look, they just announced a game and every friggin' post from them has gotten this. Post about games coming day one. Cancel Game Pass. These people are going crazy. Because they are pissing people. They piss people off because they took the worst thing to do was take more money in this environment from people. Without an explanation and do it so egregiously and so quickly. You just increase your hardware. You announce $1,000 handheld. You increase the hardware price again. You showed the price of $1,000 handheld, and then you increase Game Pass. Good luck to your games. Keeper, the ROG Ally, it comes out. And Ninja Gaiden, like good luck. Because you just sabotaged your brand. And now you did this. Because it is not even about value and all this other stuff. Like it is, you've created a whole internet virality of disdain towards the Xbox brand. And Phil Spencer, I don't think he'll walk out of this one. And the layoffs, they've been setting precedent. You're right, all around. They've been laying off people, talking about how much money they're making. Sarah Bond saying like, "Oh, we're great with Game Pass at $5 billion revenue, we're good," and then the next day increase the price. They're tone deaf, and they have destroyed their brand in more ways than anything. Marvel's Mom with the 10, he goes, "I'm so glad I got rid of my Game Pass Ultimate subscription and my Xbox sold that. Glad to be back on PlayStation. Slim Ghost of Yotai Limited Edition. Really enjoying it." Dude, you came back on the best time, man. And you got Wolverine next year. You got Soros. You got all these games, and they're running great on the PlayStation. That like, what else are you going to do, man? Like this is the time. You know, Game Pass got some good stuff, but you could jump on and jump off. And my advice is get it on whatever. If you do get a handheld, if you do have a PC, get Game Pass on there, play the game, and then jump off. Peekaboo gaming. But $30 on a console, that's a lot. But if you have a PC, just get Game Pass on there for the month. It usually comes with a PC. If you buy a PC, 3 months of Game Pass. And maybe more layoffs. All right, you lady gamer. Maybe more. So that's what started the whole thing. And then with the same, like shit flies to shit. The same folks. Dusty Bin, Bootleg, all the weekend trying to do this. And here we go. Here goes Bootleg. No, Target and Walmart are not removing products from their shelves. Xbox misinformation reaches new levels. Oh, now rumors are bad. Meanwhile, Bootleg and friends live off of what I'm hearing is and what I said was and insiders say were and who I'm talking to was. So we should believe that. When Bootleg said copium for games coming to PlayStation, that wasn't misinformation. Oh, because he didn't hear it, it was wrong. But everybody else was talking about it, but you didn't hear it, so it's wrong. And it came true. So tell me your credibility and who you talking to. But it's misinformation. One thing after another, Microsoft is forcing. What was the first one? What was the first one? One thing after another. What? The Sam's Club and the other those that was misinformation? Because that happened. And the lack of follow-up really grinds my gears with these dudes. Because they just want to squash this stuff and deflect so bad. Shows a picture. The new Xbox rumor started this weekend is now blown and it's written like such. And what's so funny, this thing is written like such a disgruntled, angry little fanboy. You want to talk about like a crying, little whining fanboy? That's how this thing is written like. It is not written from professionalism, like, hey, we looked into it. Obviously, this was a misinformation, or maybe it is happening, but according to what we spoke about, it did not happen. Oh, no, that's not, and that's not even as professional as I can be. But this is not written like that. You could already see in the title, no, Target, Walmart not removing Xbox products as Xbox misinformation reaches new levels. Yo, we could find misinformation all over your website, Windows Phone Central. A new Xbox rumor started this weekend that blown out of proportion, as usual. Huh? As usual? Sounds, yeah, as usual. Late into the evening on Sunday, Redditors flocked to the subreddit as someone claimed their local Target began removing Xbox section from their store. Then various blog sites, bloggers now, who seemed oddly invested in the concept of, quote, Xbox dying, ran with headlines based on the anonymous reports, like buoyed to the fact that Costco recently had reduced its Xbox offering. Reduced? Dude, they showed yellow stickers, clearance stickers for Xbox. It wasn't reduced. It was removed. And they weren't removing their video game section. So what are you trying to deflect about? They removed specifically Xbox. From the post spawned a number of stories from Redditors sharing that they haven't seen stock with their local stores. So you mean these 4,000 people in here sharing their own stories about, yeah, I don't see it either in my store. Remember a year ago when we were talking about this on a national level, an international level in Europe? You can't find Xboxes in Europe. You can't find their sections, and people were scanning sections right before the holidays last year. Oh, Xbox is pulling stock, Bootleg said. Bootleg said that they pulled stock. Les, with the big L, said, oh, they're pulling stock because they're repurposing them for the servers, the Xbox Cloud servers. Oh, really? Is that misinformation or is that real? So 4,000 people corroborated, like, yeah, I see it too. I see it too. But counter reports came from Dustin Laguerre, who shared the following. I just called my local Walmart to ask, but wait a second, Mr. Dream Job Cookie Maker. Where do you live, Dusty Ben? I think he lives in San Francisco. Doesn't he, in California? I don't think Dusty Ben works. I don't think Dusty Ben lives in Kansas City. Does Dusty Ben lurk in Kansas City, Grinders? Dusty, you love your Mahomes? You love Mahomes, Dusty Ben? You give Mahomes your cookies? Is that who you give your cookies to, Mahomes? He said Target in Kansas City. All the Targets in Kansas City. So why are you afraid of long distance calls? Why are you, Mr. Dream Job, I left my job, not calling Kansas City Targets and asking them to corroborate the story? Why are you calling a local Walmart when he said Targets in Kansas City have told him this? So you called the San Francisco Walmart. Oh shit, Big City Blues. San Francisco Walmart. Mr. Dream Job Internet Sleuth. The Grindhouse investigation team is more competent than you. So you said, wait, they called local Targets in Kansas City, so I'm going to call my local Walmart in California. Why don't you corroborate the dude's story and call the Targets in Kansas City? And find out what's going on. Did that manager really say that? And what is going on? But you called Walmart instead. And Walmart said they were discontinuing or pulling stock. And he said, at least to my knowledge, I haven't heard anything like clearing inventory or anything like that, or about being discontinued. They also said they still have them in stock. And then he also called Target. And they said they discredited claims of the wider Xbox removal. So I was like, let's see what Dusty Bin said when he asked Target. Where's Dusty Bin? I had Dusty Bin over here. Where'd Dusty go? Well, we'll find Dusty Bin on these streets. Let's look. Let's see. Oh yeah, wait. Where is this? Hold on. I'm gonna see, because he called Target too. Let's see what Target said, Dusty. Yeah, he called them bullshit posts from a random forum user, but he called his local Walmart. Okay, good job. So let's see. Wait, I want to see more from Dusty Bin. Let's see what his Target said. Because first off, his initial reaction when Shinobi tweeted this out, Target and Walmart seemingly pulled stock from store shelves, Dusty wrote, well, they had a good run. Oh. So it wasn't misinformation then? But then he had to clarify 20 hours ago, I was joking. Were you? Were you joking? Or did you really believe that because Shinobi tweeted it out about that article from the gamer who picked that up? saying 4,000 people have said that corroborated that are saying like, oh, they're discussing it. So if this was a nothing burger, then why would 4,000 people, 4,000 upvotes go happen on Reddit? If this was a nothing burger, if this was false information, if this is no credibility to this, considering just a week or so ago, Sam's Club and Costco put the Xbox specifically on clearance. So no other retails said this. Like, we're not putting two and two together. Like, oh, and then Sneakers, who was Sneakers, said something. So you said, what did I go run? And then he had to say, clarify a day ago. Just joking. Great, Dusty Ben. So Dusty then called Target. And let's hear how this cancels the story. I also called Target. His local Target, obviously. He not called Kansas City Target, where the guy said he heard this from. Which is easy to find Targets in Kansas City. I checked. There's only 3 of them, 4 of them. You could call them up right now. Do Grindhouse have to do an investigation? Oh, no. Maybe I could do his job. He's left his dream job. I could do his job. I called Target to ask if they were pulling discontinued Xboxes. And this is what they told me. There's nothing in our system, quote, there's nothing in our system showing anything being discontinued. But we also haven't had a shipment in about a week. It says we have the next one on October 19th, but it's just for one. Does that sound like a holiday stocking right there?
Yes, I would like to have a refund.
They haven't had shipments in a week, and they got one coming in. One!
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
case closed.
activate.
Oh, no. Case closed.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit,
You answered all my
activate.
questions.
Activate. Activate.
Nothing is saying discontinued. You want to know what? I'm going to interpret it. One fucking Xbox coming in and after a week of no Xboxes? Yeah. That shit done. like, really? That, and as an Xbox fan, you could go to sleep at night going, oh, Dusty Ben. Dusty Ben, he took care of us. It says we haven't had a shipment in about a week, and it says the next one is October 19th. We're going into the holidays, because you know what happens after Halloween here in the U.S.? It's holiday season. It's Christmas time. So you talking 10 days before Halloween, the day after Halloween, November 1st, it's holiday shopping season. They got one coming in. Dusty Ben. Dusty Ben said, why did man. And for these guys that go, oh, Dusty, he stopped it. He stopped it. And then he comes in here like he's all big guns. I stopped that one. Time to make the cookies. He's like, I stopped that one. What other bullshit can I cancel now? What other movie? Like, yo. So you're not gonna add on that at all. Like, you're not gonna be like, yo, so one Xbox is coming in? Just one? Look, just one Xbox is coming in? Just one. And then they're using him as a source. And then on top of that, let's read more of this fanboy article here. Even the legendary Xbox alumni, Mr. Larry Herb, said that all I know is I went to a couple of Targets and GameStops, and I did find Xbox hardware and games for sale. I even did a little investigative work. I wondered if they called him the legendary Xbox alumni when he was shitting on the Game Pass price increase. Windows Central. Did you use Larry Herb's Xbox communication then? Was he legendary then when he was shitting on the $10 price increase to $30 a month? Did anybody see what Larry Herb said about that? Like, Major Nelson, Xbox Larry Herb. Larry Herb says about the Xbox price increase. Was he legendary then? Did he say that? Did everybody talk to the legendary here? Was he legendary then? Because he said price increases are never fun. That's what he said. That was on May 1st. What else did he say? Mike Ybarra, is he legendary too? But all of a sudden, the legendary. Oh, okay. Walmart, we found consoles in stock, so wait. Are they getting rid of them? Well, Microsoft has given us a statement too. Oh, here we go. Microsoft has spoken out. Wow, the fact that they had to respond to this shows you exactly where Xbox is. Target and Walmart, among other retailers, remain committed partners for Xbox consoles, accessories, and games. Wow. Put that shit to bed. Stop it, all of you in the chat. Go to sleep. They have solved the case. And I expect, as a professional website of Windows Phone Central, they gave you that statement, and of course, you must have countered that and said, thank you for the clarification, Microsoft. So you say Target and Walmart, among other retailers, remain committed partners, among other retailers, right? So tell us about what's going on at Sam's Club and Costco. Are they still part of your committed partners? Right? Because that's the reason why this gained traction. Was because what happened at big box retailers of Costco and Sam's Club, clearance of specifically Xbox. So when Microsoft said Target and Walmart, among other retailers, I would have instantly go, oh, thank you for the clarification. So what happened with Sam's Club and Costco clearancing just your console? We are Windows Phone Central investigators. We are the media. Oh, we just take that now? And that satisfies everything? Who are the other retailers? Because obviously it's not... It is not Costco. Hello? Anybody? Hello? You're media. You're the interviewers. Like, you guys are calling up targets and running around trying to figure out to disprove it. And I love that, like, no, it's in stock. It being in stock doesn't mean that once that stock is out, that are they going to get new ones? Like, why are we acting dumb? Like, this sounds like the same crew that was telling that this ROG, that this is a real Xbox. Like, you hear how shallow they are and how they want to deflect and just cancel any kind of negative Xbox news and talk about how it's just, propaganda. It's so anti-Xbox. These people just want Xbox dead. It's like, get out of your feelings and look with your eyeballs. You were just reporting on the two big retailers before the holidays not restocking specifically Xboxes with clearance stickers. So now a rumor comes up that Target and Walmart in Kansas City, which I don't think anybody called the Kansas City Targets, to find out what's going on. Dusty Bin's calling, like, like shit happens in the middle of the country where things not going well. You don't call like New York City Target and going, so you getting rid of Xbox? It's like, no, probably not. But the fact that Xbox is coming in and there's only one, I would say, wait, one is coming in. How many do you have in stock? You got one. And let me tell you a story from exactly my experience. I didn't go no Targets and bullshit. But over the summer, I was at GameStop and I was talking about a game. I don't know what I was talking about, but the person behind there said, she was talking about shipments, and she says, we haven't had an Xbox shipment in over a month. And this was in the summertime. She's like, they really slowed down on their shipments. And I forget what we were talking about, but it came up. And I was like, oh, wow, really? And it's like, yeah, they have just slowed down on their shipments over the summer. I was like, oh, okay. Like it makes sense. Look at their financials. Like, again, put shit 2 and 2 together. Their console is minus 25%. I have my Alexa right here. I don't think you could hear it, but I could ask her what the year-over-year is of Xbox, and it's like minus 25%. You know what I looked up? I looked up the Xbox Original. Xbox Original sold 21 million in 4 years.
You're my #1 customer.
The OG Xbox. They're estimating it when you ask Alexa and AI, they say that it's around 30 million for the Xbox Series consoles. That's 2 of them. And it's just about hitting 5 years. Dude, they have sold over 25 years of Xbox branding. They're back to where they started. And the whole fact that, dude, you sitting there and like you're satisfied with her saying we haven't had a shipment in a week. The next one says we're just getting 1. But it's not saying, it's not saying discontinued. But the fact that this thing, like, see, they're all asking, like, oh, is it canceled? Is it canceled? Is it canceled? It's like, no, dude, wait. We might not have gotten there yet, but you should call the Kansas City targets where this guy said it. And if you listen to this guy, now they start coming after him. They start coming after this guy. And he's like, watch this. So the guy is Code E 1985, right? Look at what they say to him. Where is it? Like, we have to admit, something is going up. Like, there's like, you just put all this stuff together. There, like, and again, what do you think is going to happen when all this? Anyway, like, what? I want to get on that. Hold on. I want to see. I hate Reddit. I don't know how to format this shit because the guy, here he is. I talked to the store manager. Said remove Xbox section on the news. What do you mean? Because now they're saying that. You're talking. He goes, it's ridiculous, and I wouldn't mislead anyone. I've had Xbox since 2012. This is on the Xbox forum. He goes, I was a tester for Xbox Live way back then. I have a Series S as my main console. I'm a fan. Even though Microsoft is seemingly doing everything they can do to hurt Xbox, I posted this because it's sad, and that my go-to game system is soon to be an afterthought. Nope, stock is all gone. And that's great. I still misled no one. Misinformation, it's literally correct information. They dumped their Xbox section and are filling it with Nintendo. It's now completely gone, and there is Nintendo shit everywhere. Lamps, plushies, toys, backpacks. Xbox section is gone. Again, how is this misleading? Yes, but while Switch 2 has 2 aisles of space, Xbox has 0. Hard to believe it's been 20 years since the 360 and 12 years of wading in the waters of mediocrity. Hey, I actually asked this. I was asked was for the holidays, and the manager said no. They're expanding the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 sections to 2 whole aisles. That was his follow-up there. So, yeah, I don't know. It says T. Harris. He said 1 console. And Dusty was like, okay, thank you so much. Yes, disproven. It's like, yo, she just said they don't have any shipments, and they got 1 shipment in coming on October 19th of 1 console. There's no follow-up there? It's like, wait, only 1? No, he hung up the phone. Dusty Bin's like, thank you. Thank you. We got 1 console coming in October 19th. See, I told you. What else can I disprove? Like really? They got 1 console. No follow-up from Mr. I quit my dream job. No, like, yo, yeah. And no follow-up from Bootleg Jez going, yo, other retailers, what's going on with Costco and Sam's Club? Nope. They're happy. They're like, see? 1's coming. Just 1. It's like, yo. How can you just disregard this and go, yo, some shit's going down. Like, something's happening. And then I had to do a Grindhouse post because I make fun of this shit because this is hilarious. But it's like, this is them, all of them. Look, Grinders, look at the Grindhouse. Xbox, how many years you do this? Console sales don't matter. No console required. Everything is an Xbox. And then the same dudes telling us it's all about user engagement. That's the future. It's not about console sales. It's engagement. That's the number they're chasing. It's subscribers. It's engagement. All right. You spew all those lines, even Xbox. Console sales don't matter. No console required. Everything is an Xbox. And you promote that shit and tell us that's the future and Sony should do the same thing. Then, Sam's Club and Costco, the Xbox console goes on clearance. And then the rumor of the Xbox Series console leaving Target and Walmart, and all of a sudden they're like this. They're like this. They're like this. They got to play the friggin' Benny Hill music. Like they're going crazy. Yeah.
Dusty been in Tom.
They're like, whoa, wait. What do you mean it's out of the whoa.
Do not know where to go.
Whoa.
This is not an Xbox. These are clowns.
What happened? You told me console sales don't matter. What happened? Whoa. What do you mean? What do you mean there's no more sections? They went after War Fryer too.
Dude has no sources when it's bad news, but only the good Xbox crap he spreads. From Windows Phone Central,
Whoa.
Oh, wait, Windows Phone Central, Windows Phone Central.
Get him, Dusty. Hold on, Target, I'm coming. Walmart. Don't take down those Xbox sections yet. Here comes Dusty.
Another one.
So essentially to go Ted Knott's been a cream. It's definitely screaming it somewhere to see. Now you win the niggas block, set up all this century. Seen this on the bag and I never really wanna bake a bigger.
Get in there. Where's Tom Warren? He gotta jump in there too. Making a menage a trois. Get him, Dusty. Walmart. Run, Dusty, run. Run, bootleg, run. Keep running. Run, Dusty, run. Get to that target. I don't know. I was running to Target. But they got years of telling no console required. They don't matter. Everything's an Xbox. You don't need an Xbox. Sony not listening. They should do the same thing. And then all of a sudden, yeah, we're just taking down. We're gonna make Switch 2s here. Like, sorry for the holidays. Like, whoa. No, guys, wait, hold on. Whew. Dusty confirmed they got one coming in the San Francisco Target. They got one. He got one.
Another one.
Dusty's happy. He's like, whoa. Woo. It's not discontinued. They got one. We're good. They got one. Whew. I cracked that code. That's it. I told you. I told you. Like, dude, it's ridiculous. How many years can you be running around saying this stuff and think that, like, it just like they were saying, like, oh man, Xbox spent $80 billion and we got Call of Duty, we got the old Call of Duty and Game Pass, yeah. And it's like, yo, where do you think they're getting the money from? Where, like, oh, what? The increased prices? What? Dude, they just they lost $300 million putting the game in Game Pass.
Black Ops 6 Day 1 Game Pass.
Black Ops pretty
Oh, that's great. Ooh, you don't think prices are going up?
I said I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, most people in this room have probably been used to spending $60, $70 on it every year. Now, if they're already subscribing to games.
You think? Like, you think price is not going up? They spent $80 billion. Where they getting the money from? From you. $30 a month. Thank you. Like, how can people just sit there and go like, yeah, nah, man. I wasn't expecting this. Like, what do you mean? Yo, how long can you run around telling me no console required and all of a sudden the retail starts removing consoles? Now it's like, well, retail doesn't matter now. It's like all about digital. Yeah, but you need a physical console. Hello? Good try.
Xbox can
Good try. You need a physical device to play.
Crushed in cloud and now smashed with PC handhelds. Oh no, they suck again.
Like, what do you think? Shocking. Like, anybody with two eyeballs knows what's going down. Like, who's paying the $80 billion? And bootleg Jez, like, trying to fight for his job. Like, even Tim Dog was going off saying, like, dude, all they care is for their credibility. All they care about is saving their job. Because if Xbox goes away, they're not, like, they're done. Dusty was already complaining about views and stuff because he's an Xbox channel and Xbox branding's in the dust, in the dirt. Windows Phone should have learned their lesson. They were Windows Phone Central. Microsoft said, goodbye, Nokia. We're out of phones. They changed it to Windows Central. They should learn their lesson right there, how reliable Microsoft is as a company and a consumer electronic. Like, come on, man. Like, dude, it is craziness. But, like, they got one, so it's not discontinued. Yeah, listen. Some stores may be doing it. And then that's what it comes down to. It's like, and do, like, what's other crazy thing is, like, Bootleg could only roast Microsoft on his own, like, on his own terms. Like, see, he could give them a roasting like this, but if anybody else gives them a roasting, oh no, he has to discredit it. But he has to give credit when he gives them a roasting. So he could roast the shit out of them, and it's fine. But when other people talk about issues going on there, he has to, instead of saying like, yo, dude, I just wrote an article about how they don't care about Xbox. They don't care. Their socials are a wasteland. The hate level hasn't been seen since 2013. Does Xbox even care? Does it even matter? You just wrote an article on October 9th. But now that they may be readjusting retail to get rid of Xboxes that are not selling, you jumping down going, no. Whoa. Get in there. You just wrote a friggin' article roasting the hell out of them. In its quest for infinite money, Xbox alienated its fans and did everything it once was. Is it even worth it at the end? Like, hello? Is this like, is this your doppelganger? Is this the bootleg, the sequel? Is this another bootleg, or is this the real Jez and you, the other bootleg? Like, is this doppelganger? I don't know what's going on. But he roasts the hell out of them. Death of a meme. But when everybody else jumps on and going, yo, what's up? Like, yo, yeah, Xbox is in the shit. No, it's doing fine. What are you talking about? Disproven. Dusty, get on it. Like, really? This must be another bootleg. This must be a doppelganger. I don't know. But how disingenuous do you have to be? Like, I understand you're a Windows website. I understand. But, like, how the hell is Paul Thurrott and Brad Sams, like, those guys are more kind of like, yo, yeah, shit's going down. Like, stuff's going down. Tim Dog came back. Like, something is awry. And if you look at the data, if you look at what Xbox is doing, the console sales are dire. Microsoft is telling you a handheld PC is an Xbox that plays all your games, but it doesn't. They are completely disarray. And to just write it off as just, you know, fandom and just haters and Xbox is dead haters, like, why are you discrediting and not acknowledging the patterns that you're seeing here? I don't know why. It's crazy. And they try to make the people that are actually trying to make the connections, they make them seem like they're the outliers. You're crazy. You know why? Because they tried to do it to me when I didn't like Game Pass. And I was like, Game Pass is going to do this. Yo, fear-mongering. You can't say that. What do you mean I can't? Why? You want to see something funny, Grinders? I'll show you a picture that I took. It's actually in the thumbnail. To show you how retail love their Xbox. It's in the thumbnail. Where is it? This is my picture. I took this one. Because I was like, huh? Really? Let me pull it up. Dude. Yeah. This one was I took this at GameStop. This is what they did to the Xbox One demo. They hung sweaters on it. This was at my GameStop. This is what they did to the Xbox. The PlayStation 4 demo was working. The Switch demo was working. The Xbox demo was used as a coat hanger. This is my picture. I took this one. This is not no Reddit bullshit. This is my picture. I took this one going, what the hell's going on here? And it was at Christmas. Look at the snowflakes. This is my picture. Tell me who cares about Xbox. And if that's how it was back then, it's not better now. That was the worst generation to lose, Phil said. And we're in the worst generation. Buy some Flash little sweatshirts. Use it as a coat hanger. My picture. My picture. From my GameStop. A popular GameStop. That's better than the demo. And Happy New Year. Easy Tone with the 5. He goes, I would love for Bootleg to qualify what he means by once again information as usual. Ever since damn rumor has come true about Xbox. Exactly, Easy Tone. Exactly. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's what I mean. Like, how do you treat your readers? Like the way that article was written, like, who is that for? Is that for just diehard Xbox fans? Listen, it sucks. This sucks. This is pathetic. But the thing is, you can't blame the chat. You can't blame X or Twitter. You can't blame Reddit. The fact that this news gained credibility, even if it may have been a lie or an exaggeration, even though they never called the Kansas City targets where they said this was the problem, and the guy was talking about it, he's like, I'm an Xbox fan. What are you talking about? This is the Xbox post. You think a PlayStation fanboy is going to go post on the Xbox like, here's my picture? Like, dude, like, was fighting. He's calling it misinformation. Like, what are you talking about? But why isn't this energy brought to Microsoft and Xbox? Why, when Phil gets interviewed, it's kissing babies and hugging grandmas and Sarah Bond, and nobody asks them what the hell is going on? And even if they don't answer it, like, you could put a microphone in his face and say, hey, Phil, how you doing? Let me take a picture. What's going on with Xbox? Why can't I find it at Costco? Nobody ever kind of catches him off guard or anything. They all hug him and kiss him like he's the Pope. Kiss his feet, have him sign, and completely erase any of this kind of like, yo, what's going on at Xbox? What the hell is happening? It's the glaze. It is the glaze. But even from the media, Dusty been asking the hard questions. Phil graced him on the podcast. You want to know why? Because then Phil gave him the rite of passage and credibility. Has he had Phil on since then? Has he had other Microsoft employees like Sarah Bond and Matt Booty on his podcast? No. But on his first independent podcast, Phil Spencer was there. Oh boy, I'll be on your podcast, Dusty. Oh boy, you want to get a cookie? I want a cookie. But that's it. But Phil on his podcast gave him the credibility and ensured that he will stay loyal to him. Because he didn't have anybody else. How do you not have Gaming Gandalf on there to talk about the Asus ROG Ally? Gaming Gandalf don't do interviews? Like, where's the follow-up? No, you just put Phil Spencer on there because he's the one that gives people credibility. He blessed your show. He blessed my show. Here he is right here. Yeah, I got Phil Spencer on my show right here. There he is. But he comes on your show and you're blessed. Thou shalt not speak ill of Phil. He gave him a whiff. But a person, a right-minded person with two eyeballs, is like, there's something going down. And how many pivots and things that the fact that this stuff got to this crescendo is all proof that Microsoft and Xbox have destroyed the brand. And that's the real story. Not trying to dismiss every little rumor and waver and call people stupid and call people that you are the dumb ones, the ones just reporting the news of what they see with their own two eyes. But the fact that that gained traction is proof that Xbox has destroyed the brand. And that's the story. That's the thing that needs follow-up. What are you doing to the brand that this kind of stuff gains traction? Are you seriously telling me that everybody just hates Xbox? Well, now's a good, yeah, I'm sure now's a time that everybody hates Xbox because of the price increases. But how do you just come after somebody? This guy, Code 1985, he is 746, 16,000. Well, you got a lot of comma. And look at his active things. And look at even this. The Xbox, the Reddit Xbox has 992,000 members. The Reddit PlayStation, the Reddit PS5 has 8 million members. Jesus. But like the thing that this thing took traction is the ultimate disappointment. And the fact that Microsoft had to come out and state that. That's where the issue is. And the fact that Microsoft, some PR person on a Sunday, has to say this stuff is really telling about where the brand is and where they put it at. They put the brand here. This is not just fanboys that took down Xbox. Microsoft took down Xbox. And that's where the energy and focus should be. There should be a full-ass investigation as to what the hell is going on with Xbox. When Phil pulls that thing out of his ass.
Exciting life now. Seeing the next Xbox hardware. Our Xbox Ally.
Whoa, Phil, thank you for the hands-on, but does this play all the Xbox games? Oh, we can't answer that. Why? You just called it an Xbox. What makes it an Xbox? And it has the same app that's on my laptop that I'm writing this article on. How's this an Xbox, Phil? Like, what does this do differently? Well, it boots up to the thing. I'm like, oh, that Xbox app, like that we have right here, that's the same thing, right? Yeah, but where are those questions to them? And when they come back, and that's why I follow that guy Fox, that guy with the Ming, because he asked the questions, and he's like, they couldn't answer them. They weren't answering them. Shouldn't that be a highlight of your hands-on? All you guys coming back, like those questions, like why is this an Xbox? What did you do? What happened? Is the button, can that button be repurposed on the ROGs that are outside? Can that be used on a Legion Go? Is this exclusive to here? Now that I was able to, Tom Warren was able to put it on his ROG Ally now, does that make the series, this new branded one, less important? These are the questions that real people have and that your viewers and readers want. These are what you need to be asking. Don't just repeat their line. Like some guys like, Xbox Game Pass has value. What is it going to have? 45 day one games? Like, dude, how's it valuable to you? I'm playing this game. I just did this. Look at me stream. Watch this. Look at this. I'm doing this. No, I'm just going to say it has value and read the corporate line. Did you go around and count them all? Or are you just reading what Xbox told you they're going to put in there? First, it has like what, 45 day one games? I could read. I don't need you to read me their line. Tell me how it's a value to you so that you could sell it to me so I want to do it. Like, this is simple conversation. This is simple. I believe in something. I'm going to show you why I believe in it and why it values to me. And maybe you might find value in it for yourself. That's what you do. But if I just sit here and read the promo pack, how does that benefit you? How does that benefit the viewer? How's that benefit the reader? How's that benefit the person who wants to buy something? When I just read, you know, if you go to a presentation and somebody just reads their slides, next slide, and you're like, I could read. Do we really need you presenting them? Or do you have somebody that uses their slides as a reference and they actually add value to the statements that they're making and add examples and interact with their audience and present and not just stand there and read? Because that's what these influencers are doing. They're just reading the corporate line so they get all their review copies so they could get some, you know, oh, I can't wait for your review. What do you think it's going to be? Do you think Boomstick is going to be like, yo, Kepler really is not for everyone. It's, you know, it's boring. It's only 2 hours. No, it's going to be, this should be game of the year. It better not get snubbed. What do you think? I could predict your review. Thanks, Xbox, for sending it. They don't even send it to reviewers anymore. They send reviews to just people that got a channel. What's your rating scale? Do you have a rating scale like on your channel? Like if I gave a game 2 grindhouses out of 5, like what's your measurement of review? You don't even have a scale. You just come and go, it's good, it's bad. Like what's your scale? You're not even a reviewer. It's marketing. I get review copies, and that all that stuff that I showed you, you got to disclose that you got a review copy. And then you could glaze it all you want. And whatever the viewer is, you take that information as it will. Hopefully you miss that they say that. But they got to disclose that they got a review copy. That's what happens when you get review copies, you got to disclose it. Because it lets you know that they gave you something for free, so you may have a biased opinion about the game. That's what it is. You could be honest and say I'm honest, but you got to say I got this per review. You got to disclose it. And that's what happened to review scores now. And some of them even get incorporated in goddamn the thing. And that's what's crazy is that these guys, they're not getting Xbox codes for reviews. Games. The third party's selling them other consoles. So they can't review it on the console that they cover. Who's interviewing about that? Is bootleg? That's what I mean. Is Dusty been asking those hard questions? Where's that interview? Why are we not getting review codes for the Xbox console? It's a multi-platform game. Where's the Xbox review code? Why is it only PC and PlayStation? Why is it Switch, PlayStation, and PC? Oh, and then retail stores are changing Xbox out of the store, and Microsoft talking about a ROG Ally. Yeah, stop putting things together. Because people were just complaining last week about how they don't get Xbox codes for multi-platform games. This is the biggest Broketober. Review copies are going out to everyone, but nobody's. Look at Reddit. Look how many. Look at Metacritic. Xbox reviews are way down compared to other platforms. You can't even get a number sometimes on the Xbox reviews. Who's doing that interview? Who's the real reporter now? and put that together with what Xbox availability is in retail and the increased price and how retailers are reacting to the increased price. Maybe when you had Walmart on the phone, you should have said, with the increased price of Xboxes, like, is that affecting how many you're ordering? Like, how's that going? No. Let's not ask those questions. You got one coming in on the 19th. It's confirmed. It's still around. Xbox is still alive. It's breathing. Okay, dude. Squash that rumor. They got one coming in. We got them. Reddit trying to screw Xbox. They got one coming in October 19th. Got you. Fake news. One Xbox coming in on the 19th. Hello? Holiday season, they got one. What does that give them? One Xbox total? Like, how many do they have fully in stock? Like, why are they not stocking these up for the holidays? Like, what's going on? No, I don't ask those questions. They got one. Fake news. All right, man. Yeah, and what about, and especially with Jeeves, with the unoptimized versions of Xbox games, or the glitches, or the trees missing and the grass missing, and the Xbox version, how's it running on the S, the weaker platform? Don't you think that's valuable information to include in a review? No. Nobody wants to follow up with those questions. These are obvious questions with the facts that are going on now, and these Xbox media will not ask those questions. They see Phil, they meet Phil, they get access to, they will not push them to find out what's really going on. And then when shit hits the fan and Bonnie Ross leaves and now Halo Studios, which I'll do a separate video on the Halo Studio one. Like, oh, I knew it. Yeah, they were having problems. Why didn't you share it when you had? Oh, well, I couldn't confirm. It's like, when Bonnie Ross left, oh, yeah, there were problems at 343. I knew it. You knew it. Well, why didn't you break the news? Now you're just jumping on the bandwagon of everybody going, this is horrible. It sounds like a special order. Dude, I know JC. Like, oh, they got one coming in, so he clarified his fake news. Oh, man. But what a wild show, man. All I got to say is you guys, awesome. You're getting your song. That's all I'm saying. We hit it. I've been counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got VIPs in the house. We're on our way. Grinders, hit that like button. And reminder, you got a VIP. There's music for you. And there's also a video from last week where we dive in some of the topics. But we mainly was more of a behind the scenes of some prints and just kind of an open VIP. You ask the questions. It's your show. I'm not going to put like special, thoughts and shit on members stuff. But what I'm doing with the members videos is that you come in there and you make the grinds board. You say what we're going to do. And I put on the camera, show you some cool things and things like that. Some tech reviews, things like that. And we just kind of hang out by the fire of the Grindhouse. That's the VIPs. I do one a month for those. And then the ultimate VIPs, you just got the perk where you're going to make a song. So the forum's open. You put it into the community chat of the VIP one, ultimate VIP, and I'll make the songs for you. And we'll feature them here on the Gaming Grindhouse. Speaking of Gaming Grindhouse songs, you earned it. Grinded, you're going to like this one. Hit that like button. Dusty Bin's Quest. As we conclude on this evening extravaganza of the Gaming Grindhouse, keep it locked here. More streaming, more fun, more entertainment, and we always get to grind those gears. So without further ado, there's going to be some further ado because I got to load it up. This is going to be a little further ado because I got to load it up. Here we go, grinders. Thank you again. Hit that like button. Thank you all for the support. Hit that likes again. Hit the hype button. Thank you, Gambit. Thank you. I appreciate Will Hancock. I know. It's wild times. But here we go. It's even wilder now with Dusty Bin's Quest. By request, you guys made it happen. Thank you again. Goal hit. Song now.